Yeah. What's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where, as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for tonight, Pat Scorpion, New England representative, and as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what it do? Shuttleworth the guy, aka the GOAT artist, aka LB Lauderdale Boss. The world is a op out now. You know what to do. RingGangRadio.com in the building. Monday night boxing. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, ring gang in the house forever and always. And also, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
It was fly, It's Conscious Pilot, the West Coast Avenger, number one contender, preparing for liftoff, destination ringing radio. Let's get it. Let's fly.
Yes, sir.
No stuttering today.
No story today. And then, of course, King P, will join us in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, now we are on the week. We are within 7 days of Canelo versus Jamel Charlo. And we're definitely going to go, talk about that in the card too, which is probably, again, well, PBC, someone put that matchmaking hat on. It made a fucking undercard that niggas can actually watch from top to bottom. I mean, someone was reminiscent of fucking of Plant and Benavides in a way, you know what I'm saying? But before that, we had some fights this past weekend. One, which was, except Rome got it though. Rome was the one who I guess was the one that steadfast and was like, nah. This he's got to repeat it. Where all of us, I think all of us picked Joyce again. Of course, I'm talking about Joyce and Zhang. And
He was a round off. That's the thing. Like I told him, I think yesterday. I was like, yeah, you got it, right? He was like, fourth round. I was like, nah, the third. He was like, damn. But yeah.
And honestly, we didn't. I mean, the first fight, obviously Joyce, he comes in shape, and his only stop because of his eye and shit like that, and pretty much getting the left hand was ate him up. So you're thinking to yourself, okay, look, this nigga's got to get himself into better shape, so get himself a new trainer. I don't know what the fuck that Joyce worked on in his training camp or whatever. But he came in there like 20 pounds heavier, of his heaviest weight ever, and started using a shoulder roll that he probably had no business utilizing in the first place, a tentative one at that. And I'm thinking, and I mean, the only thing he did right was he probably used it to actually keep, he kept his hand up, his right hand up to make sure that his eye wasn't, obliterated by the left hand, but. Yeah, there was nothing. Like, dude came in there, no confidence, nothing like that. And, after the first one was kind of, it was kind of a feel round. But after that, once Zhang was like, wait a minute, dude is not coming forward. He's not throwing he's not throwing no punches, no conviction. Dude, it didn't even take long either, because it didn't take long for Zhang to start hurting him. Like, Zhang big ass landing combinations on dude. Joyce was not
looked so slow. Joyce's hand speed looks slow. I know it was slow, but he looked super slow. Like it was like watching Spence Crawford at 0.25 some shit speed. Because it's like Joyce was throwing so slow, and I was like, what the fuck? I know he's like a throws balls.
Yeah, he was slower than normal. Like he's always slow, but yeah, this was like you're right. This was like super slow for him.
Yeah, I don't think he just wasn't in shape, because it looked like he just either he thought, okay, look, I gained this weight again, I'm gonna get my punch resistance back up or whatever, but he felt like he was sluggish, and it was like there was nothing in there, and then a half-ass shoulder roll shouldn't be shoulder.
But he also looked like he didn't have no confidence no more too. Like he was timid, just. Like honestly, as soon as like the first minute or two, it's like you knew kind of something wasn't right. Like it was over. I was already just thinking like, yeah, he's right. Like this nigga gonna get knocked the fuck out.
By round 2, I was like, okay, it's gonna be this ain't gonna last 5 probably.
Yeah, and I was the second round he hurt him bad. Yeah.
He hurt him bad in the second. With the right, he hurt him. I know he knocked him out with the right, but I'm saying, did he hurt him bad with the right too, or was it the left? When he hurt him?
No, he hit him with both hands.
It was both hands, but I think it was the left that initially did it, because Joyce was so shook at the left, he never knew the right was coming.
Yeah. And then so he tried to do like a half-ass shoulder roll or whatever, and then you're not really like shoulder rolling a southpaw is something you're not really supposed to do. I mean, you got to have.
It could be done.
But it's not common. Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the last niggas that need to be trying to do it. Like, a lot of you niggas can't shoulder roll regular like fighters. Like, so I'm not gonna have you try that shit against no fucking southpaw. Like, really?
That was like his game plan, trying to just preserve and hopefully Zhang gets tired and he can last. But
I see there was a game plan, but he didn't believe in it. Because look, remember I was saying how in the preview I was like, yo, if he steps back and tries to utilize his jab with authority and tries not to press too much and try to conserve some energy, he probably could make a little different fight out of it. He could really try to extend Zhang, but he didn't believe in it. He, his hand is down by his waist. He pumping a little bullshit jab with no snap, and it's slow. Like, man, I'm gonna wasted our time with this fucking rematch.
Yeah, he did. Like, he definitely. I mean, if he wasn't so confident, then he's look. He should have taken like a soft touch or something like that to get his confidence back, or at least show that he was actually serious by actually, coming back into the ring, or at least try to do something. But that half-ass shoulder roll led to a spectacular knockout too. It's actually one of my favorite combinations too. Zhang he feinted a left hand, and which made Joyce go to his left and right into the right hook, which obliterated him. Like, he fell on the stage, fell on his knees, and then fell face first. And usually when they fall face first like that, even his big ass was like, nah. He got up, but clearly was, he was gone. He was out of there. Like,
yeah, he got up. Credit for him getting up from such a shot.
Yeah.
But, he was done. Remember, Lennox Lewis got up in that McCall fight too now, but just because you get up don't mean you could fight. So
right. British Chin kind of made an appearance, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, but also with him though, I have a feeling though that the shit is starting to. Honestly, we all marveled at the Parker fight because dude took all types of shit from Parker.
That was amazing. That was an amazing performance.
It's almost like he peaked, but it almost also feels like he never really had to deal with no southpaw.
Yeah,
that would be as big as him. I know Usyk is southpaw too in inner farm. I'm saying.
There's a southpaw and then also too someone that's actually able to hurt him because before that dude wasn't getting hurt. The only time someone was affecting him was Brian Jenks going to his body.
Dude had titanium chin. Everybody was saying, "Oh, he has a titanium, unbreakable chin."
Yeah, you got a titanium chin until you don't. Until someone cracks it.
I don't like it until obviously the first fight clearly with the eye, but this one obviously it got cracked.
His jaw got cracked, and and. Yeah, you said, and honestly, you just looking just like defeated in his core, sitting down on the stool like that is just like, damn, like this was supposed to be like, your little warm up, before eventually, you get to fight with Usyk or some shit like that, and now of course now you got to start from square one because
now it's probably a wrap and you're probably getting fed to somebody soon.
Yeah, niggas gonna be trying to hit up that line to see what's good because. Once he kind of has to go, like you said, go back to the starting block.
Yeah, because now you almost forget, like you see this guy, like this is a guy that has wins over 2 former heavyweight champions and a fellow contender.
He's like near 40. I know heavyweight he can last longer, but he is 40. The fact is the fact.
Well, he's 38, but he's getting to the point where it's gonna be now or never for him. But now,
dude is older than half the niggas in ring gang, so he's old enough. I'm just saying, like,
that's true.
That's true.
Because it's rare, like usually me and Pat, we can kind of sit back and be like, yeah, these young niggas.
Man, I think Zhang's a little older, right? But
Zhang is actually 40. Like
he's 40.
Yeah.
But he's kind of, because again, like we mentioned, I think we mentioned before, right? The Jerry Forrest fight, he had the draw and he struggled, before that too. Whereas Joyce was peaking with the ball and the Parker wins, So it was like, but now Zhang, because even though that Hergovic, Zhang should have won that fight, to be honest, against Hergovic.
Yeah, but then Zhang has to be able to stamp down on these victories. Like if you would have had a couple. If he would have dominated a few more swing rounds in that Hergovic fight, he probably would have got that. But dude work rate and conditioning is like mid.
Yeah, that's the only reason why Hrgović, was able to escape with the win, because there were times that Hrgović was simply just outworking him, and then down the stretch, Hrgović was actually hurting him, but it was just like
the fight was there for him to win, though.
It was.
He hurt him. He made Hrgović turn around, look at the crowd and shit.
Oh yeah, no. Hrgović. I mean, the one thing that Zhang did was he removed the boogeyman label from Hrgović. Hrgović is not hurting boogeyman no more, like, because Zhang was lighting him up at various times of the fight.
He has to learn how to work more.
Right. And
he kind of is who he is. Like, we know, like, against the top guys, if he gets to 8th or 9th round, it'd probably be a wrap. But through the first few rounds, I mean, he's a monster. It's just kind of
he's hell on wheels, bro. Like, you gotta really respect it.
He was boxing up Joyce, Joyce was Olympian. I think Zhang was also Olympians. I mean, these guys are talented heavyweights. So.
Yeah, like, I mean, right now, so Zhang right now has all the juice in the world right now, because he took the zero of someone who was a top 5 heavyweight. Top, give or take.
Yeah.
Now it's other things. Now he has to be moved as such. Now,
I wait for Fury.
They're gonna give him. They got.
Yeah, but that's if a belt opens up, or I mean, it's the best bet is to crash the Fury fight and call out Fury.
Oh, yeah, he did that in the interview. He did that in his post-fight interview.
Yeah, I mean, that's a start, but like, go to the Fury fight. Like, try to make that happen.
Yeah, because the Fury.
Remind people, hey, like, I'm a viable heavyweight. Like, yeah, let Tyson Fury get the bag, but hey, bro, like, let your next heavyweight fight be a significant one.
Right. Because, I mean, they did try to make that fight at some point, before Fury kind of went in his little own directions and shit like that.
Everybody's trying to be making a fight with Fury. Like,
actually, it wasn't Fury. It was Zhang, because Joyce called triggered the rematch clause.
Yeah. You're right.
But you hear Fury not wanting to fight, wanting to fight John Jones, UFC. He already said he don't want to defend his title. He's already done it all. Then drop the WBC title. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sick of that shit.
Yeah, just retired and shit.
He literally had the comments that I've done everything already. I'm in it for the money, which is fine. But at least drop the goddamn belt.
Yeah, don't do this last stanza Lennox Lewis shit where you taking a whole year to make a decision.
Right, and that's pretty much with him. It's just like, I mean, unless it's Joshua, which is probably the only fight only boxing fight he kind of entertains. It looks like the dude doesn't really give a shit about his Mandos, and but then WBC is not calling any Mandos for him, which they should. So that's the problem. They don't call him no fucking Mandos. So it's like
James Tony said, WBC stands for We Be Crooks.
Yeah. So it's like, you got to, like, WBC needs to actually call Mando for dude. Like, after this fucking shit with Ngannou, like, they gotta get him in the ring with somebody. And what's good?
Yeah, Andrew, look at the. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, what's good, Andrew? I see you checking in and whatnot. We just
boxing rankings.
Salute. Yeah. What did it do, Android?
Yeah, what was you about to say, LB though?
Oh no, I just talking about fair. I remember we had the poll topic.
We did.
Let
me see if I can.
Zhang.
Let's see if I can find it. Let's see, that's the 141. Okay, here we go. With the poll, it says here, how does Zhang fare against Fury and Usyk? So far we have 37 votes. 5 days left. Continue to vote. We have 8% that says beats both. Another 8% that says beats Fury but loses to Usyk. And then 19% that says beats Usyk, loses to Fury. And then 65% says loses to both.
Damn.
I'm a 65, but
I mean, I'm not saying. I mean, right now, I think Zhang probably has a better chance of beating Usyk to me than he does beating Fury. Because Usyk. I mean, I think Usyk. The biggest thing with Usyk is obviously in the Dubois fight. It's now we can say it's an issue is his ability to really take a heavyweight punch. Now he has a chin. Now Usyk has a good chin, but taking a heavyweight body shot might not be his thing. So that's the thing.
Shit, body shots hurt like a motherfucker. I can't.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, body shots. I mean, anyone who gets hit to the body solid, you're gonna feel it unless you got like insane abs and shit like that, and a triple G punch resistance out of the world. But I mean, but I say he could do something, but again, Zhang is he's a 6-round fighter pretty much.
I actually put he could beat both. I was like, fuck it, like the division need to get the division's getting a little stagnant. Like we need some fuckery type of wins.
Right.
I mean, this is a good start with Joyce, although Joyce was good for the heavyweight division, but
yeah, he was. And it depends on whether or not if he's going to continue to be good. It depends because because Joyce has said he's not retiring. So who
you think's a good fight for him? I remember shout out to Lukey because I was on the show last night.
Lukey,
he mentioned like Jared Anderson would be a fight. Would be a good fight for Joe Joyce. What y'all think about that?
It's the perfect fight. Yeah,
I wouldn't mind it.
I mean, he sold me on it. I was like you, Pat. I was like, huh?
Because I think Joyce needs what we call he needs a soft touch. I honestly think he needs one.
Because I'm looking at it like maybe Jared Anderson ain't really the soft touch like that. Well, but they both of their minds are kind of like,
Have Joyce fight a no-name dude, like the bounce back, just like some random dude. You know what I mean?
But that's the thing. If he loses that, it's like, oh shit.
Well, no, he's done. If he loses that, then he's done.
Yeah.
Whereas like, is it worth? Is a Jared Anderson guy worth taking the risk on the chance?
I mean, if you lose to Jared Anderson, I mean, it's gonna be hard for him to rebuild. Whereas if they get someone at least that's, I'm not saying like someone like a job or someone, because there are some heavyweights in it that will just that will fall over from the slightest of pressure and shit like that. So that's why I'm just like, he probably needs at least one of those before going after a contender, just a quick rebuild. Because like I said,
so you just say fuck it, he just needs some type of quick win regardless.
Right.
Don't even give him a Jared Anderson or somebody yet. Just let him get a win first.
Exactly.
I mean, I could fuck with that, but I feel like it's one of those like he has to get back in there. Like he should already be trying to get a fight lined up for like maybe February.
Mm-hmm.
Like start off the next year with a fight with a win early.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see if you could try to get lock something down in the summer. With a better fight.
Right. And then,
so yeah, Zaba's not a bad fight for Juggernaut. Because I feel like you want somebody with a good right hand, but somebody that might not be too dangerous.
Yeah, Anderson would probably he's too much. I feel like he'd be able to move around and just might fuck him up eventually. I mean, Joyce looks. I mean, yeah, you're right. Joyce needs. Last time I think of Joyce, I think Joyce got beat up bad, so I kind of want to see maybe get a dub.
I almost feel like a Johnny Rice would be like a too much for him. Like,
because I mean, a job
he cracking with that right hand. We don't know what dude gonna do.
I will say though, because a job book. I mean, obviously, because remember in his last fight, there were, you had Bob Arum of all people talking about a Jabba needed to be more exciting and shit like that. So you already knew that Top Rank was getting ready to cut a Jabba. So that's why you saw a Jabba fight like pretty much what he was when he first started out. Like dude was letting his hands go, like and
look more fluid and everything. You're right.
Yeah, and then I don't think Juggernaut wants somebody like that who knows that he could probably be cut. He's gonna be motivated to like fight in because Jabba was already at PBC and then
I think that's the thing, bro. Like I think everybody's gonna be motivated to fight him. Like Juggernaut got the helmet knocked off. Salute Chris Brand, what it do?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I was saying. I'm reading the comments. I didn't even acknowledge you, so my bad, yo. Because I looked at it as like, yeah, Jog. But that's the reason I brought up a Jog, bud. So yeah.
I thought you were just did that shit seamlessly, my nigga. So.
Nah, my bad. So it's just shoot. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm so fucking tired. Salute Chris Brand. What it do, my nigga? What's good, bro? Mm-hmm. I'm glad you and Android checking in with us.
Yeah, no. So it's like, yeah, I mean, it's a heavyweight, and like you said before, heavyweight is kind of stagnant right now because Simply, I mean, like I said, Joyce and Zhang have pretty much been the highlights of the division for this year, for almost 10 months of this year. Like,
the only other little blips were like a Jogba fighting with some energy,
and then Johnny Rice,
Johnny Rice upset at the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I still got tainted. Kuzumano babyface Polish guy Kowanaki.
Yeah, that that's knowledgeable. That's out there. That's worthy.
Especially since that dude popped dirty and not Kowanaki, of course.
Yeah.
Hey, now it makes Kowanaki want to fight again. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
See what you did. So it's like heavyweight been kind of like I said, heavyweight been kind of dead this year. Like besides a handful of different little hiccups or blips on the radar, nothing really.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, the champion. Yeah. The champion. I mean, the champion. One champion is mixed martial art fights. The other champion is has a case of someone actually knocking him out. So it's been the heavyweights has just been it's been a horrible division to watch.
Yeah, I almost want to hit a reset button on the heavyweights. Like you got Wilder every 2 months. Wilder saying, "Hey, ever since I'm not the champion no more, the heavyweight division been less exciting. Ever since Fury's been the champion, heavyweight division been boring." And it's like, look, nigga, you don't have to be the fucking champion to make the heavyweight division exciting. Just fight.
Just fight exactly, which this nigga.
God damn. I'm like Wilder's cool. I know we critique him a little hard sometimes because we doing it from a skilled technical point.
Right.
Or it's either a breathing shit, but overall, like we fuck with him, it's cool. But like, dude, man, chill with this shit, bro. Like, you don't have to be excited. You don't have to be a champion to be exciting. Like, just fight. Like, it just seemed like you don't want to fight. Like, I know that Andy Ruiz should, even when Andy Ruiz backtracked and said he'll fight for 10 million, y'all should have backtracked and just made the fucking fight because nobody fighting is not making anything better. Like, imagine you a top level boxer, a known name boxer, and you don't try to get on in this year and fight this year. Just imagine that.
He fought like less than one round last year, and so he fought. He ain't fought.
That's what I'm saying, dude. This year is packed, bro. Fucking Lee Wood is gonna be on his third fight, nigga. Third fight.
The best year of boxing since 2019, and like we don't get a marquee heavyweight. I mean, I guess Joyce.
Thank you. Yeah, you're right.
Joyce and Zhang is like that's like the bare minimum of a top tier heavyweight fight. You know what I'm saying? Like
bare minimum.
Because I mean they're both top 10, 5-ish guys, but they ain't.
Yeah, I mean, dude, if this was heavyweight fights like this in 2019 were like a dime a dozen, and they was good, and we enjoyed them. But we need more this year.
Right.
We got a couple months left, so yeah.
Yeah, like if they're gonna make the fight, announce it. But it looked like we're gonna ride this year without a good, notable marquee heavyweight fight, and it's a little disappointing because if I had to have a checklist for boxers I wanted to see fight this year, like it would have been like a good heavyweight bout. Like you just fill in the name.
Yeah, like I said before, there's no excuse for Wilder and Ruiz not happening. They're in the same.
Yeah.
Like, they have the same advisor. That there's no reason for it to happen. Like, you should have.
The whole money shit is just bullshit, bro.
Right. Like, someone should have made that. Someone should have made that happen. So, I mean, it is on both of them for not making that fight. For not making that fight. Because it's like, because PBC is not pushing any other heavyweights. Top Rank is not. Top Rank at least has young heavyweights going. And Matchroom, of course, is really dominating the heavyweight division, for better or for worse.
All this shit just sucks, Like, Android, you're absolutely right. Need an unexpected heavyweight fight to end the year. Otherwise, it just feels off. Yeah, like, can you believe it? We're getting so many fights this year, and we don't have that heavyweight fight that we could just be like, we had the heavyweight. Like, come on, like Wilder, Ruiz, like, what y'all niggas doing?
Right,
like Joshua, come on. Like,
I mean, Joshua at least fought twice this year.
I give him that. Like, maybe we could get a better fight out of him, but I'm not really kind of getting at Joshua. Like, this is more for like the Wilders, the Ruizes, the niggas who could really make a fight this year, but ain't really made no fight.
Right. I mean, Ruiz hasn't fought since it's been a year, and Wilder, it's gonna be what 10 months. It's like
Yeah, and like they could fight Frank Sanchez.
Yeah,
like, but y'all got this man fighting these bullshit fights.
Yeah, and he's one that actually got a win over a fellow prospect. Well,
yeah, so it's like y'all could start like matching these fights up some.
Well,
like
nobody's gonna want to fight Frank Sanchez. It's clear that's why he's fighting some no name on the undercard of Canelo. You know what I
mean? Dude, but Frank Sanchez would literally be one of Wilder's best names. Would literally be one of them Ruiz's best names.
He could beat both of them. I've always thought he could beat Ruiz. I mean, I feel like he could.
Niggas could probably beat both. That's the problem. Yeah. Like, you got all these niggas who could beat each other, not fighting each other. If this is 154, motherfuckers would have been for. We would have been knew who could fight, who could beat who.
Right.
But instead, it's all like conjecture. Like,
yeah, it's just the heavyweight is just a big mess. But we do salute Zhang, we do salute Joyce for at least putting on, the effort to at least, to make an intriguing fight.
It's like they're like the one good meal that was brought in by the potluck, and like all the other like coworkers were just trash. Mm-hmm. But you had that one nigga who was like the British Chinese family. Right. Came through with some tempura, fish and chips, nigga, and that shit was bussing.
Yeah, nigga. So it's like,
and you expect the damn Mexican Ruiz brother to damn bring in some enchiladas or something, and he ain't bring shit. You expecting the Southern brother, the Wilder, to bring in some damn smothered something, like, and he ain't bring shit in, so you're like, damn.
Right. Yeah, so I mean, Joyce and Zhang, salute y'all, salute Zhang especially because he got himself a marquee win. Joyce, like I said, Joyce is like, no matter, he was good for the division, and Joyce has the victories. He does. You just remember, Joyce has the same amount of wins over a former heavyweight champion as Wilder does. So you can't say, if you can't really bash him like that, if he got, and they share a win too. They share the same one too. So it's like, you can't really bash that. You can't really bash Joyce. No,
dude, Joyce still has a better resume than Wilder. Like, I'm sorry, but it's facts is facts. We ain't say better career.
No, better career. No, no.
But... Nah, Wilder definitely got a better career. Like, if you used to choose whose career would you want, it'd be Wilder's. But like the resume, it is what it is. Like, there's no shade. And just to finish out with Andre comment, I remember Wilder Fury in December 2018. Yeah, that's a ring game classic. God, that brought a ridiculous amount of energy to the sport just based on the fight and outcome itself. The pre-fight buzz wasn't all that. We just need fights.
Well, it wasn't. Yeah, because it wasn't all that because Fury wasn't Fury at the time. Fury was just coming off candy and crack and obesity and mental illness and shit like that. So. It pretty much this was supposed to be the coronation of Wilder as that guy in the division, and it ended up,
backfiring.
Jack Reed fucked it up. The man fucked him. Just kidding.
Oh my God, yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, you LDBC shill, nigga. Like,
Jack Reed did the right thing, like Spike Lee, nigga.
The egg weights.
And the thing too is like the heavyweight division is aging. Wilder is an 85 baby, so he's what? He's gonna be 38 this year, or if he's not 38 already.
Oh, nigga.
So Wilder has to get. I mean, if he wants to become heavyweight champion again, he's gonna have to fight. If Ruiz wants to, I think Ruiz, because we always said, was spoiled by the Joshua fight, because he got broke off. So now he wants 10 million this, 10 million that. So. But he's not fighting. He's only fought like 3 times since he lost the belts. Threw it 2 or 3 times. So
he got dropped by fucking Areola.
Yeah.
With life and death with Areola. Like, not only just dropped.
Like, Wilder Ruiz would be like the best fight to close the year. I know we're not getting it, but the thought of like the best version of Ruiz being, could give Wilder a fight, but I don't know if that best version exists anymore.
Technically they still have time to do it. I mean, both guys are actually trained. They can still sign to do it.
They can still make that shit happen, bro. But these niggas just hard-headed.
But any version of Ruiz that isn't at his complete best, I'm assuming Wilder is gonna fucking body him bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still great. I mean, it's still two two former champions, and it's easy.
Yeah, like I said, I mean,
I mean, I don't care who people favor. Like Wilder would be the favorite. I just want to see it. Like the sport needs it to happen.
Right. You know that it just needs to be done. So yeah, heavyweights. You know, some of y'all need to get your shit together, man, because 2023 this epic year cannot end without at least one notable heavyweight fight from from people they consider a top 5 in the division. You know, and shout out to Zorro Del Vega. You know, shout out to everyone.
Salute, Vega.
Y'all keep doing your thing, and look out for Ruiz versus Frank Sanchez. If Ruiz versus Frank Sanchez, I would be surprised. Like, matter of fact, that should be a fucking prop in FanDuel to take a fucking fight like that, nigga. So
yeah, that's an acceptable heavyweight fight to close out. Like, I'm not gonna bitch and moan about like, hey, these. Then it's gonna be basically on Wilder. So, I mean, but yeah, like one of y'all need to make a fucking move. Like,
Frank Sanchez is clearly a top 10 heavyweight. It's just his boring Cuban school boxing style is dangerous.
Then someone beat his ass already. Shit. Boring don't mean invincible.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I agree with you. I'm just saying, like, I'm tired of niggas hiding behind the boring tag. Like, if he's boring, beat his ass excitingly, then nigga. Shit.
Right.
Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm tired of this boring shit.
I wish we would pull a good fight out of Frank Sanchez, but I think.
Yeah, so
you should fight. You should want to fight every boring nigga in the gym. That's how I used to be. Like, oh, he boring. Oh, okay, yeah. So let's see how he boring with these 1s and 2s, nigga. Fuck all that. Fight me, motherfucker. Shit.
Yeah, like you got make like if he's boring, beat him. Try to beat him.
Like, yeah, he got his habits. This nigga ain't invincible. What the fuck? You got 2 hands. You got power. Like they heavyweights. Like shit. Like. Yeah. That's the one division like where everyone has like some type of like weapons.
Facts.
Like damn, like. But yeah, enough of these motherfuckers, yo. My man King P in the building.
Salute.
The second hardest working nigga in ring game. Fuck that nigga. But that nigga
good,
got
y'all?
next.
What's good? Oh my god, what a wonderful weekend to be down in Florida, sunny Florida for some fights. I know it wasn't Miami, but you know what I'm saying, it'll do. So you know what I'm saying.
I mean, it wasn't Lauderdale either, nigga. Shit, y'all motherfuckers just you skip Palm Beach, you skip Broward. Y'all niggas go straight there. He was in Miami. Damn.
I mean, you got to go Miami because everybody been to Miami. Some people don't go. Some people only go to Fort Lauderdale for the flight, and then they go straight to Miami. I'm just saying.
Man, fuck all that, nigga. If you from the goddamn Revenge of the Nerd generation, nigga, you know how poppin' Lauderdale was at one point, nigga. Fuck all that. Y'all just still trying to skip that shit. Las Olas restaurants are better than South Beach restaurants. Y'all just be on some hit or miss down there because it's Miami. Because Will Smith got a song about the motherfucker.
And it was fire too, bro.
Fuck that shit.
Nigga, you wildin', bro. That Miami was that.
No, I fucks with Miami. I fuck South Florida. I'm just saying, like every time I turn around, it's like that gotta be the one city niggas point out. Like, god damn, like
temperature get you. It's 100 degrees in the Caribbean seas.
Shut the fuck up. Fine, don't make me make a song about welcome to Nigeria where niggas just be that. I mean, like, come on, bro, chill.
Yeah, you stupid nigga. Shut up.
I mean, like, come on, nigga. You like that song a little too much. Like, chill, nigga. But yeah, back to King P. My bad for my outbursts.
AOP. So tell us about Orlando. You was out there that whole weekend, man. Tell us about the vibe down there. Tell us about how Matchroom treated you and the fighters and all that shit, son.
Matchroom treated me well. I have no complaints. I mean, the only complaint I have about Matchroom, it's not even really a complaint. It's just me being greedy. Y'all slacking on the damn food vouchers. God damn it! Like I was so used to food vouchers, and then all of a sudden now we not getting it. Honestly, my smoke is not for Matchroom. The only smoke I have is these fucking security guards down in fucking in this Orlando fucking Caribbean hotel. Like they don't know what the fuck they doing, or they getting too pushy. Like get me. I have my fucking thing. I want to get in, but they want to be so fucking dickheads, not letting anybody in. Not like, come on, bro. Like, you try to talk to Eddie, and they want to huddle around you like Secret Service. Like, bro, like calm your ass down.
Yo, Metro security, the niggas that they hire for these security shit, yo, they be wilding sometimes. New Orleans is just like no one knew who the fuck the niggas were supposed to entrance. Now it's like they doing their jobs too fucking well. It's like, hold up, nigga, who the fuck are you? You ain't.
It's funny you say that. There was like that at the Miami Miami, the Jake Paul card with the whole being extra with the security. Yeah. Huddling around Eddie Hearn like he's goddamn Obama or somebody, like motherfucker.
And shout out to Zorro de la Vega. You know, I met him down there. He was there with me. You know what I'm saying? He doing the boxing voice. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the boxing voice. Yeah. So he knows it is what it is. You know, they was acting like dickheads. You say my man Francis from the Weigh-In Boxing knows. Shout out to him. That's my guy. Like they was just doing the most. I don't think I was more pissed than when we had to go in because, like, we had to go get our credentials, and it's like they're like we're trying to go get it, and it's like, oh no, you got to go in line, and I'm like, what the fuck you mean? Like, because there's a whole line of them getting the people in to go into the room that paid for tickets, and like, nah. You got to go in line to get. I'm like, wait, hold on, because I'm like, why do we got to do that? We're not going into the same place that the paying customers are. Well, y'all got to go and get y'all bags checked and all that. I'm like, yo, we got to fight to cover. Like, oh, just go in the back. Yeah, like we got pissed, and then we're not going in the back of the line. We skipped to the front. Just pull one of the security guards aside, try to get him to just look at our shit real quickly. Some dickhead fucking guy on the line was, oh, you can't cut. Yada, yada. Just like, yo, we're media. We're trying to get in to cover this fight. Oh, well, you should have gotten in, earlier. Hey, man, shut the fuck up, man.
Yo, what the fuck? He should have gotten in. Oh, my God, man. Like... These Renaspoon fucking security Eddie Hearn be hiring.
And then they're like, well, and then we would try to get in like, oh, well, you can't go through this door. You got to go through that door. I'm like, yo, like, y'all doing way too much. Like, these motherfuckers were the worst. It was probably the worst security I've dealt with. Dickhead for no reason.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You sure they weren't street niggas?
No, they were not.
I'm trying to say. It can't be any. It sounds like it was worse than fucking New Orleans, but at least it's like,
yes, they were. No, they were worse than New Orleans. I can tell you that for a fact. They were worse than New Orleans. The New Orleans security, they were just kind of incompetent. They didn't know what the fuck. Like they just didn't know. So I don't know. You go that way. Like they just led us around. But like these security guards were dickheads, like of the highest order.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to Florida, because I doubt this would have happened anywhere else. So,
yeah, motherfuckers trying to get content from Eddie, and they just fucking trying to go security on us, like he the president. Like, yo, goddamn. And then motherfuckers just there and said fuck you and just walked with Eddie and got content while walking. Like, that's what y'all get. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's weird how I think Matchroom just needs to have their own in-house security detail. Instead of hiring all these like the local shits or whatever, I don't give a fuck. Put them on the fucking payroll so at least they know how to properly, do their fucking job. Like that's
because you got some great media dudes like King P that would really walk and talk and do the interview and whatever. But then you got niggas like me who's going to be like, well, yeah, fuck y'all niggas and chill and see what's good with these hoes or what something else popping, niggas. So y'all got to get y'all shit together because niggas ain't trying to go through all that.
Yeah, and then P though. Because P was got mad content. Was out here being invited to fucking parties and shit. So P, how was all of that, bro?
Yeah, give us the lifestyle.
Oh no, it was a good time. You know what I'm saying? The weigh-ins, the press conferences. So I got there to the press conference. You know what I'm saying? Getting all this content, getting all these guys like on the weigh-ins. They talking. I was laughing because when Sandy Ryan and Jessica McCaskill got up and they talking, fucking the trainers were just talking like Sandy Ryan's trainer Clifton Mitchell was talking cash shit. I was like, okay, this is what we here for. This is what we here for. fucking Rick Ramos just like, oh, whatever, yada yada. Like, but you could tell he was just getting agitated. It was hilarious. Like, that was probably the best one. That was the best one of them talking, because he was just egging him on. You know, saying that dude talk cash shit, and he was like, man, you know, say, oh yeah, I forgot you a keyboard warrior. I'm like, oh shit, somebody finally called out Rick Ramos for his keyboard warrior.
Oh, that tough talking shit, yeah.
Tough talk on the computer and very meek in real life. You know what I'm saying? That's that shit I don't like.
And honestly, that's a lot of people, especially the ones that be popping off on the Twitter like that, nigga. So
yeah.
But
see them at these fights and they ain't got shit to say.
But you know what I'm saying? I got to chop it up with some of the fighters, get interviews. Shout out to my guy Ammo Williams. Great guy, great. I was glad he's in good spirits, because we know everybody like talk about Ammo being a weird guy or just something wrong with him. But like, I talked to him on and off camera. He was good. He's a good guy. So I don't give a fuck what anybody else says. You know what I'm saying? Ammo, my guy. He a good dude. You know what I'm saying? I got to chop it up with Steve Rolls too, off camera, because Steve, my boy Francis from the weigh-in boxing, he from Canada. They both from Toronto. So like, he had me around Steve for a bit and his team. Good dudes, real good dudes. You know what I'm saying? I ended up liking Steve Rolls because he a good dude.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, good, and a good fighter too.
So I wasn't like, I went and he did like even like the last day, like Thursday night, he's on the treadmill just running his ass off. I'm like, damn, he's still trying to get ready. I'm like, yeah, the work don't stop.
Sure
so
don't.
You know what I'm saying? And I saw Khalil Cole doing a late run too. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Khalil Cole. He was on the undercard, the non-televised. What was that? Before the bell.
Yeah,
He a good fighter. Shout out to Jersey. He a good fighter.
Yes, sir. You know, and then you know, let's see, and I'm just looking at some of the comments. Earn with Hearn just dropped by to say Pilot still knows nothing about boxing. Good day to the rest of you guys.
And then I got to see. I actually got to talk to Conor Benn, and I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what kind of guy he was, but he was actually a good guy. Like, we talked, you know what I'm saying? You know, little small talk, yada yada. But I'm like, okay. Like, he was asking me stuff. He's asking where you from, and then, you know what I'm saying, with all this stuff. So I'm like, damn, like, he's actually
How's it Spanish?
Guy. What?
How's it Spanish?
He can speak Spanish. I was dying when I saw that he was speaking Spanish. I didn't realize he could speak Spanish.
I mean, because you have to understand, you know, Nigel Benn retired to Spain at the end of his career, so that's where he grew up. So that's why he learned it.
Yeah, I think he went to school, like a private school. I mean, I learned it after the fact, but yeah, like, he went to Spain. Yeah, it's like,
yeah, I didn't know that, but you know, he's a good dude. Like talk to, but he didn't want to do interviews. I say with a lot of people, except for the British media that came over, because the match.
That's some whole shit, nigga. You in Florida? Get some Florida fucking interviews, bro.
But like he was just stressed out, like, because you know that whole thing. The BBOC did not want him there. They did not want him fighting. The head of the guy came out like that Thursday. It was like, well, you know, we don't think he should be fighting, and they were sending complaints from what I heard, like a lot of complaints. So there was a lot of pressure for him to not be on that damn card. I'm surprised they still went through with it. Probably because it happened so late.
And probably because he needed the money.
Yeah, and they did it last minute. They snuck him on there on a Wednesday.
It was last minute, but it wasn't last minute. This has been in the works for a while now, for a month. They just announced it last minute. They probably did it because they wanted as little time as possible for there to be backlash.
Yeah, they didn't want any pushback. Like,
because if
they could announce it Friday, if they could, they would have.
if they would have announced it last month when I had first heard about the rumblings, oh my goodness, there would have been so much shit. Like every day of this, like of what him just getting pressure to not be fighting. And it is what it is. If he did it, he did it, and he shouldn't be fighting. But you know what I'm saying? They did what they did. So.
I guess because it's like he never really came out with no type of remorse, no it just been the whole defiant stance the whole time. He doesn't talk about it, doesn't acknowledge it, even if you did it or not, he doesn't even acknowledge it. So it's like,
hell no.
I kind of get it. It's like, and then it's like, you're talking about all these these bullshit fights, this is not a good look. I mean, yeah, you could be a good dude all you want, but at the end of the day, the game is the game, my nigga. It's like you don't like keep playing it right sometimes.
You gotta face, you gotta face the consequences, and saying something. You get pushback, you get pushback. It is what it is. So I'm not completely excusing that. And then the whole thing about how Chris Algieri could not be on the commentary team with Ben fighting. And the funny thing is, when I spoke to some people here, it seemed like they were okay with that, or they were for Algieri not being on the commentary, but which I personally didn't like. I understood it, but like y'all are trying to paint out, like, when has Algieri ever been unprofessional? Because they're trying to, if he would have been too biased and unprofessional. If Ben was like, when have we known Algieri to ever be like that? Like, come on now. Like, we shouldn't now just tote the own line. Like, come on now.
They didn't want to take any chances because they're like, well, Dad, we already kept the Ben fight under wraps for a month, yada yada yada. I get it. It's like they just went all the way with it, but it's still corny because I feel like they're trying to do too much to make Ben look good, and it's kind of like it's just spilling all over the place. It just, I don't know. It's just only for him to have a performance like the way he did. Just
yeah, we'll talk about that. But like, and this wasn't even a Matchroom call. This was a DAZN call, so it went above Matchroom.
Oh wow, damn.
Yeah, Matchroom had nothing to do with that. This is the DAZN, the network, saying we don't want Algieri on, and everybody was just like, they're okay with it. I understand. Like, bro, like, we don't want Algieri to, be unprofessional and be too biased, yada yada.
That's crazy because Algieri's like probably the best commentary, honestly, in the game, and he's always he's always very respectful. I mean, yeah, of course he got knocked out cold unusually by the guy fighting, but
that was one of those things. Yeah, he got 1-2.
And he never got 1-2. I mean, Spence kind of fucked him up bad, but he never really got 1-2 like that,
But Spence had to kind of chase him down, beat him down to get that. Like you win a couple rounds. Pacquiao had to just outbox him, beat him up, dropping him half a dozen times. But Conor Ben was just on some regular bow bow. Like, oh shit! Like what is this nigga packing? Like pause. Like, hold on, what is this? Like
1-2 slump that.
That shit wasn't. It didn't feel right. But hold on, let me do comments real quick. They kicked out Peter Dobson. Damn. Android, good insight. Deontay Jones, what's up, gang? Hope my niggas doing well. Can't wait for the scrap this weekend for sure. I'll go past that other comment.
Yeah, I see this nigga.
Yeah. We'll keep it boxing right now.
Yeah, you think I didn't see it? Nigga, my team is still fucking undefeated. Y'all lost to the fucking Cardinals, niggas. So you can't be talking no type of shit to me. And they lost in your city, nigga. Niggas is bums. Just remember that. Eagles are number one right now.
All right, nigga. That's enough. That's enough now.
We're not gonna go into a whole thing. I'm all for football. But
I skipped the comment for a reason, and this motherfucker still went into the.
Nah, because he said my name, my nigga. That's I had to, because I saw that shit, nigga.
Oh my! All right, King P. I mean, yeah, I was about to I thought I was gonna fuck up your name. Sorry.
Yeah, so all good. Like, the one thing about being at the Caribbean Hotel, you see everybody. I saw every Tom, Dick, and Harry that had something to do with boxing was there. So I'm running into these fighters like just casually. I'm like, okay, what up? It was cool. I ran into.
You gonna name names or these mystery niggas?
I ran into Shanicia Estrada. I was like, saying what's up, Superbad. She was nice. She was cool. Damn, who the hell else did I run? I ran into all of them. I ran into Bam so many times. Sonny, And these motherfuckers were playing ping pong. Like, I was dying when I seen that because I was not expecting that. What's up?
Who won?
Nobody won. It was a shitty fucking ping pong game. They both looked like shit.
God damn.
Yeah, they couldn't. I mean, to be fair, there was a little bit of win, but goddamn, they look like they never played ping pong in their life. Or never mind, I was getting corrected all the time by Sonny's team. Table tennis. No, we call it ping pong.
Yeah, it's ping pong over here.
But I was not expecting. I was not expecting Sonny and Bam to be there. I didn't realize that right after the Hitchens press conference and all that they had the Sonny and Bam press conference. I'm like, oh shit, this is.
Yeah, I feel like you had that footage first of that ping pong before anybody else, though. I
did. I actually did, and I put it out there because I'm like, I saw the other people there with cameras, so I'm like, one of them is probably like his own team or Smash team or somebody affiliated with that. Let me get it out there quickly before it gets buried. So. Yeah,
good shit.
Final. There was a game time decision. So I'm like, you know what, fuck it. But I got an interview with Sonny. Sonny was real cool. I didn't know what to expect, but this motherfucker talking.
Hold on, is that interview up yet?
Nah, nigga, it will be this week, nigga.
Oh, okay. No, but my bad, because it feel like we've been waiting on this Sonny Edwards interview for a while, so it wasn't meant to put you out. I was just curious when he mentioned it, so sorry.
Let me put it like it's longer than I thought it would be because he had interviewed a bunch of people before that. So I came in last, kind of like, you know what I'm saying? I'll get into the 5 minutes out of it, 10 minutes at most. Probably not even that, like 5 minutes. I mean, I don't want to take up too much of Sonny's time, but he's like, oh, keep going. And I'm like, so I asked him a question. He talks. That motherfucker likes to talk a lot.
Oh yeah, we know that.
So I did not realize that motherfucker liked to talk that much. I'm like, okay, now like, okay. Oh, I just gotta feed him a question. He just gonna answer it for like go on a fucking 5 minute run. I'm like, oh shit. But nah, Sonny was a cool dude. I could tell in the press conference he was getting under Bam's skin. Like Bam was just like rolling his eyes, kind of just like he was not trying to listen to that. Like he was low.
Seemed like a lot of other shit got under Bam's skin. A lot of food additives, cholesterol.
Like that motherfucker doesn't realize he's fighting in 3 months, right? Like, geez, like it's like a dude was trying everything in his power not to look so fucking big, and meanwhile, fucking Sonny Edwards looks like he's actually he looks like he's been training hard. Early,
he ain't even started his camp yet, so he's just in shape. So, but
it's his job. He's supposed to be that. I respect that.
So he's not going to take long to shed the weight off. He looks like he's pretty close to the weight. Bam, on the other hand, yeah. So,
but half the camp is going to be getting that weight off.
He was like, I could tell he was just getting a little agitated, but like, and at the end, it finally came out. He's like because Bam talks very low and kind of like meekish, and then all of a sudden at the end he's like, I'm coming home with your belt. I'm like, well, damn, put some bass in his voice, okay. And even Sonny was just like, oh, finally some energy from you. You could tell he was under his skin. And so he talked about it. You know what I'm saying? He'd been calling for the fight. They had been trying to go other ways, and he backed them into a corner. So Sonny's happy he got the fight that he wanted. So hopefully it lives up to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the might be the best fight Eddie has made for this year.
It is. Honest to God, it is.
I mean, next to Ward and Warrington, which is in 2 weeks, I think.
Dude, Lee Wood has made all the exciting fights on Matchroom besides this one right now. Because remember, Laura Wood was a slugfest we was looking forward to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and got it twice, nigga. Damn.
But in terms of the card itself, I will say this. And before we get to the main event, I mean, first of all, we had an actual flat out robbery with Sandy Ryan.
Yeah, we'll get into that. But anyway, before then, I was going to say the other one I saw that was like the other person I saw like 3, 4, 5 times was Sky Nicholson. She was definitely out, and one of them by the pool. You know what I'm saying? She's a sweetheart. She like bubbly and she's got that joyful energy. Although,
did you ask her why she didn't reply back to the email saying that we wanted to interview her, bro?
Nigga, really?
Yeah, that's the shit. I emailed her, man. We have her email address. And I asked her, like, cause at least got like someone to say, hey, we can't accommodate you, blah blah blah. You should answer that question. It was like,
I wasn't thinking about that at the time. So you a party? See, you a party pooper? God damn! Like that was not the time for that.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, because that like Sky Nicholson and on Sandy Ryan's the only picture this nigga took where he was smiling in.
Yeah,
I tell you all that right there. Shit. You want this nigga to fuck it up?
Although here we go. I'm gonna say something, and maybe I'm crazy because everybody's been calling me crazy for saying this. That I got mad at this. I got mad because every time I greeted Sky or we were getting ready to go, a goodbye or hello greeting, she put out her fist for a fist bump, and I'm just like, what the fuck? I do not fist bump women. I made an exception, but I do not. That is a fucking manly ass greeting. What kind of woman?
Nah, so dude, you don't train enough. Then women fist bump all the time. What the fuck?
They do, but in this particular case, you don't know you like that. What you gotta do? Is give her a hug, nigga? Like
what the fuck?
No, I'm not saying a hug. We just could have waved or just like nod head. Like I don't fist like
a fist bump is even like better than all of that though. Like what the fuck?
I'm sorry, but to me, a fist bump is a masculine greeting, and I will die on that hill. I still did it, but
the nigga who hates street niggas is saying a fist bump is too masculine. Like, oh my god,
a man, I'll fist bump all the time, but I'm not. I don't know. It feels weird fist bumping a woman.
Nigga, like, oh my dude. I don't know, because I think you just don't train them. Like, you're not around enough women who train or some shit. Because I fist bump women all the time. Like, what the fuck? Like, now you got me like. Now it's like I might have to stop chicks from doing it. Be like, hey Jay, like about the nah, hold on. This nigga on my podcast said that's kind of like, like. So what are we gonna do? Like I don't know.
I mean, if you're in training mode, I guess that's one thing. But like,
boxers be in training mode. Most stuff, motherfucker don't know your ass, nigga. Who's this Jafar looking nigga? Like fist bump, like fuck away from.
But the funny thing is, it was the opposite with Conor Benn. When I went to, I actually reached out to fist bump him, and he gave me the open hand dap. I'm like, okay, so I'm used to fist. Like I don't know, maybe it's just me. I'm weird.
Yeah, ever since COVID, it's been more the fist bump than a handshake, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody handshakes unless like you really boys with somebody. Even then, you're still giving this what's up, man, what's good.
Oh, it's like a different formal setting. But if we're just out and about and like, oh, what's good? Yo, fist bump. Nah. Like, damn, this nigga King P with his little micro hang-ups and shit. Damn, imagine that. We sending you all over the world to report on fights. And fist bumps got your panties in a bunch. God damn, nigga.
My nigga King P Samuel's holding it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that was some King P Samuel shit, because I'm like wow. Like, and the way you talk about you got mad at it, like, I'm just like, is that serious?
Yeah, I mean, I've never. I mean, all the female fights that I've met is like a handshake or fist bump or even a high five. But I mean, I'm not.
Yeah, I would do a high five. I would do a high five or a handshake.
A high five. Dude, are you what? 7 years old, nigga? You'll take a high five over a fucking fist, dude. I would think a chick is being like she pandering or like I don't know, like I would
like hilarious. No, a high five at 30-something-year-olds is hilarious. I ain't going.
Yeah, bro, like dude, imagine like a chick like Ann Wolf or Shadesha Green. You step up and like, hey, what's up? And they be like, hey, nigga, they just switch up and be like, hey, and they.
I expect.
I would like lose my mind. I'm like, what?
I mean, I expect Ann Wolf to give me some dap, like a dap where it's just a dap with distance or some shit like that.
Yeah, like a Drago dap or something. A dap, like. Yeah. But a motherfucker, if she was to bust out and just be like high five, like I probably would be like like aliens or some shit, nigga. Really?
If a female fighter came up to me and gave me a hug, I would be like, okay, can I have your number now?
Yo, for real, like, it's like, I don't know. This nigga King P, go to a fucking gym, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, that shit just sound weird. Like, hey, yo, Pat, this nigga want hugs and shit. Like, get high fives.
Oh, God.
A high fucking five, bro.
Yeah,
like, do you hear that shit, nigga?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, unless the boxer knows you like that, they're not gonna be on something like, they'll acknowledge you and all types of shit. But I mean, honestly, unless you run to that, unless you have a hugging ass boxer, they'll be like, I don't do all that shit. Like most of them are like, they don't know you, so they're like, yeah.
I didn't ask. I get that, but I didn't even say a hug. I didn't ask for a hug. I didn't say give me a hug.
But this is the thing. All your alternatives are like weird shit, nigga. Like, dude, as a nigga in his mid-30s asking for high fives, like that shit. I don't know. That just got me. Like, a high five is something on some like I don't know, like a high five. It just has to be a perfect circumstance, timing type of thing. It's just high five ain't like it used to be, like in the 80s and the early to mid 90s when. You just high five, nigga. Like, yeah, motherfucker, your black ass side, nigga. Yeah, like, exactly. It ain't like that no more. Like, high five is special. Like,
high five if you're hooping or something. If you're playing basketball or something competitive,
Yeah, shit like that. Like, yeah, nigga, high five. Like, yeah, like, but just break out a high five.
To greet somebody.
We walking through the mall, nigga, and I see like, hey, yo, shorty, yo, what's good? I'm sorry, King P, man. You my nigga, son, but you got me on this one, bro. Like, this is your pilot moment. And I know Pilot enjoying this shit. He's like, damn, y'all niggas getting up.
I got that a lot, so it is what it is. They was killing me for it. The other people was killing me for it, too, so you're not the only one that's been saying that.
Oh, man.
you killed the coverage, though, bro.
Yeah,
you was killed.
Yeah, and then shout out to Deontay Jones. He said, you did dope in your interviews, King P.
You did. Yeah.
You did. Salute Dante Jones.
I appreciate that.
Good content. That's hella fire, dog.
You ask good questions. It's like you're there. Like you belong. Like it's just a vibe. And the fighters, the rapport I get from you from watching the videos, it just seemed like niggas really fuck with you. So salute. Good job.
Yeah. And I'm gonna start with Ammo because Ammo actually was like afterwards. Ammo was like, man, I appreciate you. You give good. You got that good energy. Because I caught him like later on that night after like the fight. It was like a midnight. He was hanging out in the Caribbean. I was just I gave him a hug, gave him a dap. You know what I'm saying? Came in light hug. He's a good dude. Like I said.
You seem like he was really a good dude. Was he in good spirits, Ammo? Was he like in pretty good spirits though?
Yes, he was in very good spirits.
That's good because Ammo's dope.
You ain't asked robot questions.
Yeah,
this ring gag, niggas know better, man. Like.
Yeah, I mean, it really.
I
mean, it is hard to do interviews on the spot sometimes. Like, unless you really think because depending if the fighter gives you like a couple minutes of the time, you gotta think of something quick. And P's been great at doing that. Like, I mean, obviously, because you have to know the boxing in order to really ask the right questions.
Yeah.
And ask them on the spot because some of these niggas get the time and they be asking some old bullshit. But nah, we don't do that shit around here. Like,
yeah, that's about some completely two different niggas or some shit. Like,
right.
But yeah, so the first fight on the main card was Ammo Williams and Steve Rolls, and it was a pretty good fight to start. That was a good opener to start off with, because Steve Rolls was in it tough. Like he really made Ammo work for it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how it was on TV, but a lot of them punches was missing. Like he was aggressive, but he missed more than I thought he would. Like
who are you speaking on?
Rolls?
No, Ammo. Steve Rolls made Ammo miss more than I thought he would.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we definitely saw that.
We saw that.
I thought Rolls get pulled out by maybe 3 rounds. I think Ammo wasn't spectacular, but he was solid, consistent. I feel like he could have been a little busier.
Ammo won that morning. Berlanga beat Rolls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, definitely. He fucking won that shit. He won clearly. It wasn't no like crazy star performance, but he did beat him. And
8-4, 8-4 at most. You know what I'm saying?
But Berlanga not even like shit. Berlanga, that's like a draw loss type of fight.
Hold up, Pilot. Say that again. You said 8-4.
9-3. I mean, Ammo won.
I thought it was a 10-round fight.
It was only 10 rounds.
It was 10. I made the mistake. My fault. It was 10 rounds. I forgot.
Yeah,
more like 7-3.
7-3. My fault. Like 7-3. Then.
Yeah, 7-3. Well, that was the official score across the board. 7-3.
Yeah. I'm glad the judges got that right. I'm glad Steve Rolls got credit. I'm glad Ammo looked good, or at least to the point where we're not questioning him. Like we still want to see him progress.
Could use a jab more, but I mean, he didn't look bad. He didn't look bad.
Yeah, and remember, you got to give Steve Rolls his credit too. Like he did things to make Ammo look the way he did as well.
He showed his veteran. He showed his age. I mean,
Rose made him work for it. He was step by step with Ammo in the beginning. It wasn't until later on he kind of like I don't want to say he took his foot off the gas, but Ammo really stepped up and just outworked him at the end. He was more aggressive. He was landing the left hook. Some of those shots I was surprised Rose took really well. Like
yeah.
I mean,
some of them were like direct connects.
I mean, Rose. I mean, for the most part, I was showing a solid chick. So, the only person that knocked him out was Triple G, and Triple G is an elite level puncher.
And that was at the top of the head too. Like that was a top of the head shot that Triple G knocked him out with. Like that's a very sensitive area. Like you get hit there, yeah. You done.
He was only a Triple G in that fight, right? Until that happened.
Yeah, I mean, he took Belanga's power with no problem, and gave it right back to him.
So a boxing lesson back to him.
Yeah, exactly. Steve Rose. I mean, right now he's probably selling into maybe a gatekeeper type of role, but like I said, he's always a bit. But keep in mind, Ammo didn't have much of an amateur career too, because he started boxing late. So this is good progression for him. All you just wish for him is just to keep he keeps his head straight. Nothing. Just to keep what any outside issues that he has, just keep that way out there.
Let me ask y'all this then, real quick, before we leave the Ammo fight. I know they keep trying to bring him up like he's ready for a title fight. Y'all think he's ready for a title fight?
Well,
I mean, this is 160 now.
I mean, realistically, he could get one. I think maybe one more fight.
2 more fights. I think 2 more. I mean,
one more fight.
I'm more in line in the one more fight. I kind of agree with King P. Like,
would it be the Cash fight, or would it be somebody else?
He would beat Felix Cash ass, like, bro. Sure. Like, there's a reason Cash didn't take that fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and believe me, I don't think Eddie really wants to make that fight either, because that's UK shit. He doesn't.
But see, that's the thing. He never wants to make those type of fights when it could benefit the non-UK guy.
Exactly.
Or the non-supers, or the guy who's not Canelo.
Well, I mean, he'd rather just give Felix Cash easy names on British cards because he's a name in the UK, right?
Because this is the thing, like at 160, the champs ain't really champing like that. So
right.
I don't think there's too many niggas Ammo could really fight to get him more prepared. Like I don't think he's ready for his next fight to be a championship fight. But one more fight, I like to see him kind of turn it up a little more earlier, try to be a little more dominant. That's why I say one more performance.
The guy unifying against Janibek next month, I don't think we ever really watched this guy before, to be honest.
Hell no, we haven't.
and he got a belt. He's unifying. Yeah, like, what I'm saying? Like, this is kind of course, Amos could fight for a title, technically, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
Properly,
it's just more, is he ready? Like, do you believe he's ready?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, you said 2 more fights. King P said 1. Pat,
I said 1. Yeah, no, 1 more.
Yeah, so Pilot the odd nigga out.
I mean, again, there's a guy that's a champ that we never heard of. So I mean, Ammo could fight right now, but I'd like to see him. He's still young. Make sure he's ready. That's all. Just make sure
Yeah, no.
The Pilot gonna have him on training wheels forever.
Yeah. But most of us saying one because, like I said, because middleweight is like LB said, the champs aren't champions, so it's like, yeah. You might as well throw him in there and see what he can do eventually.
Yeah, like as I said, 1 fight's enough. Like if hit or miss, throw him in there. Maybe he'll rise to the occasion against the champ. Like who knows? Right. But just to see some type of steady, some steady consistency between fights, no up and down performances. Let me just comments again. Hey, what it do, Kang Song? Salute. RGR Ring Game Radio was good. Dice women fist bumping is cool when appropriate. Yeah. And he said, "Nah, Ammo not ready," and I'm figuring that's for a title fight. Right. Yeah, I agree. And give him 1 more fight. But I ain't got really no other questions on that. Solid performance from Ammo. Looking forward to seeing him again. Good interviews, good vibe with the homie King P. So that's what's up.
Absolutely. You know, but yeah, the women's fight though.
Yeah, well, let's get into that.
Whew.
Yeah, definitely a questionable ending. But I was, going into this fight, I was like, Sandy has talent. She's got all the tools, even though she doesn't have a long pro career. I was like, can she handle what McCaskill brings to the table? And that's just a lot of ruggedness and awkwardness and for her
power.
Yeah, and she handled it pretty well. When she was on the outside, what I'm saying, hit 1-2s, exchanging when on the inside. Like, she was actually, by the 5th round, I was walking away like, wait, she kind of styling on her. Like, she's styling, like, lead uppercuts and left hooks while employing movement. She kind of nullified a lot of what McCaskill does really good.
Yeah, it's basically she made McCaskill look old. Old and just like
not just old. She didn't look good. She made her look not good.
Well, damn, hold on. I didn't see this overwhelming, dominant performance like y'all seen it. Like, I see, like, Sandy was robbed. I felt like she should have won.
Well, McCaskill pulled up veteran tactics, right? To kind of
but McCaskill was still competitive and in the fight, and she had her leaking in the nose. She rocked her several times. Like, if we're talking about somebody controlling and beating up McCaskill, it wasn't on the level of a Cameron, because Cameron never really, even when McCaskill had that late surge, she never really let her get into the fight. There was times where Ryan kind of let McCaskill get into the fight. And it's like they had some swing rounds where if you would have damn favored the harder puncher or the person going with the momentum, you would give it to McCaskill. So I'm not a fan of the draw, but I could understand it. But I still feel like Sandy should have won that.
I do not think that McCaskill won more than 3 rounds.
Ditto.
I agree. I think she only won 3.
Like, the 1st round, I think the 9th round, and I believe the 6th round. I have to look at it again. But, like, the thing was, I looked at the scorecards afterwards because Jake Donovan had them. Shout out to Jake. And one of the judges gave McCaskill the last 3 rounds. And I'm like, what kind of bullshit scoring is this? She did not win those last 3 in a fucking row.
But it was swing rounds, because even one of the early rounds, you say how you gave her the 1 round, there was like maybe a 3rd or 4th round that McCaskill made close. So that's what I'm saying. The fight had like close swing round. And we do the semantic battle all the time. Like, there's at least 2 rounds that Sandy Ryan won that I could see somebody giving them to McCaskill making the draw.
But there's no way in hell that McCaskill on an official card won the 97-93.
Fuck no. I don't think I don't even think you could make a case for McCaskill winning 96-94. I think it's more she either lost or the best you could do is a draw. That's what I'm saying. It's really a robbery, because if you got to go through that, like, damn.
It was a robbery. I thought Sandy won, but
yeah.
Sandy got fucked by the judges. She got fucked like a man should be fucked.
And that's weird. That's weird because I know she was a British girl coming to the U.S. Woman come from the U.S. It's still kind of weird because
if she has a man in her personal life fucking her like that, she doing good over there because the judges.
God damn, nigga!
I'm saying, like, it was that bad. The judges fucked the shit out of her.
McCaskill is funny because she had those comments a few months ago. We talked about it on here about like how she was.
Go ahead, spit, my nigga, spit
about the Baumgartner. So we all thought she'd have to have a great performance to get a fair scoring, but maybe she was just serving in the U.S. I guess was close. I don't know. It was weird because she did show that her veteran ring generalship here and there throughout the fights. She kind of hung in there the whole time because Sandy Ryan looked like she should have took it after 5. Sandy Ryan should have been cruising. It felt like, but she kept. But Jessica did keep it. She was kind of creeping.
She couldn't fully tame her. You see how Cameron, anytime McCaskill got out of pocket, got a little too aggressive, she was always back with the commanding jab. But the thing is, even though McCaskill, I think, only won like maybe 3 rounds against Cameron, she never had those swing type of rounds where you're like,
Cameron won those 7 clearly, you know.
Thank you. Yes. Where Ryan won her 7, where it's more like Ryan definitely won 5 clean.
Definitely won 5 clean.
But there's 2 that's kind of like, and if you got 2 that's then you know there's some blind motherfucker that's gonna fuck that up and not. So here we are, and to your point about the whole the comments and shit, a part of me almost feels like they did that on some like, hey, like we good now.
Oh yeah.
So we good, right?
We good. You're not gonna say nothing.
Oh no, you gotta do the beard now. You know, I ain't like you, nigga. I ain't got the Fed beard, but you know, I'm gonna just be good now, right? I'm gonna do the little Jafar shit.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, that's a good
You say you so stupid, yo.
I'm just saying though, like all y'all niggas is making good points. It was honestly, it was the best fight of the card, really. Like, as like an action competitive standpoint.
It was a good fight.
Yeah.
And I mean, with Ben though, I mean, first of all, I mean, the matchmaking, like, if Eddie should have at least, if you want, I mean, I get it. I mean, the best thing is Ben got some work against that Mexican, but
yeah, he got more work than he bargained for.
Yeah, exactly. But Eddie put him in there with a big 154 pounder,
a big guy with a chin. Like, dude had a chin because he was like. Let me put it like this. If this was the fight that you were going to come back and advertise that Conor Benn was clean, this was not it. Like, because he was throwing everything at Orozco, hitting him with everything but the kitchen sink, and he was not going anywhere. So some people was watching that like, so this is the Conor Benn with all the power? Like, you didn't see any power there. I mean, maybe if he did, Orozco didn't feel any of it. He just kept going forward.
It was brief. Like, he would rock Orozco a couple times, but you never really felt like he was going to get him out of there. Or he almost seemed like he was like a 2-punch combination from dropping him, but he just couldn't do it.
Yeah, and I mean, they got Orozco, I know he's a Mexicans be having them zombie chins, bro, and he never got knocked out before. I doubt he even got dropped. I mean, I know he got like 4 losses, but none by knockout. So,
right. But in this particular case, I don't think it was just the right person that Ben should have been facing. And Ben should probably stay away from 154.
He looks too tiny. Like he'd be food. Like, he looks smaller than Keith Thurman. Like.
He's probably working his way down, being out for 15, 16 months. He's probably just like, fuck it, let me take this fight at 154 real quick, I'm sure
he does not look like he fits at 154. I tell you. And
he looks smaller than Brooke, all of them niggas.
He was in a rough fight. Like, and it showed afterwards. Because after the press conference, he didn't do any interviews except for the UK people. But like, he was completely just lumps everywhere. There was a big lump on the back of his head with a cut coming out of it, a big lump on his eye, a big lump on his cheek. Like, he was looking he looked like Martin. He looked like the Martin meat.
After Tommy hurt him.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was not looking good. So, I mean, I don't know how much rust plays into it. I don't know how much, the lack of eggs played into it. I have no idea, but not the best showing. And Eddie wants to put him in as soon as he can, like afterwards. Like, talking about like fighting Eubank in December. I'm just like, I would favor Eubank 100% if that happened.
Yeah. Especially the way Eubank looked the last time. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, I'd say Ben probably needs like another warm up, but Eddie has to realize though, you can't be fucking around. He should learn that about fucking around with unknown Mexicans, and that unknown Mexican could have actually did a lot more, because a lot more damage to Ben, other than what Pete just described. Like, it's just like, Like, nah, like you.
And it's not like it was a highly skilled Mexican. He was a rough and rugged guy. He made it like he just made it rough. And
as he should. That's his job. You know.
No, I'm saying if he was in if he was dealing with a more like tactical, like a guy with a more refined, rugged fighter, like he would have been in a lot of trouble. If that makes sense.
No, it makes sense. You know, but yeah, Ben. But it's just you know, you're waiting for Ben because they actually put him as the fucking co-main and all that shit, and it's just like, when's this knockout gonna come? The shit was like it was about to drag. It was dragging forever. It was like, yo, it's like, yo, finish this dude already. Pause. Like, yeah,
that wasn't gonna happen. And funny enough, that's what people were saying in the main event. Finish this dude already.
Yeah, and funny thing is too, and we all recognize that Richardson Hitchens has skill. He does have plenty of skill.
Yeah, skilled as fuck, actually, not just skilled. Like he has real skill. Like
real skills.
Yeah,
but his lone flaw is he stays in first gear too fucking.
Yeah, he does not get out of first gear. And to his credit, nobody yet has made him get out of it. But I just think he's going to be one of those guys like Bivol that if you don't force him to get out of first gear, he's not going to.
No, he's not.
You won't have to because he's skilled. He's skilled, but obviously he is the Haney vibe.
Listen. I have nothing wrong with his performance. From like he made Zepeda just look like nothing. Like he outclassed Zepeda.
He won that 12-0. I mean, he did well. He did win basically 12-0.
The only round you could give Zepeda was the first round because Hitchens didn't really throw anything. But other than that, Zepeda was undressed. Pause. Like even Regis like fought him a little. He fought Regis a little better than what he fought fucking Hitchens. Yeah. He had nothing for him.
He had like maybe 2 rounds for Regis, but he still got knocked out and beat the fuck up.
That
was a little more back and forth. I mean, I remember Regis getting tagged up a little bit. Paul.
Yeah, but it wasn't like a competitive fight like that. Like Zepeda had maybe a few rounds where he got the better of Prograis, but he was never really in the fight like that.
But like he wasn't in the fight at all in this one. Like
but he didn't take no punishment either. Like fuck this goddamn patty cake shit y'all niggas be falling in love with. It's the hurt fucking business. I can't rate a unanimous neutralizing decision over a fucking brutal knockout.
Yeah, I mean, at least if you get some of those decisions, I mean, get some knockouts in between.
Yeah, you beat somebody's ass for a change.
You get a couple knockouts too out, they're in between.
Because they're gonna be harder to they're gonna be harder to come by when you step up the competition, and then no one's really having a reason to watch you. Like he's putting himself in a Shakur Stevenson 2.0 position.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he looked good. I mean, it was a good performance, but he looked
good for like 5 rounds, and then it's like, okay, what else?
I'm kind of Hitchens fan on here, but even me, like I was kind of, you could have probably stopped them. There's a couple times. Maybe it was a commentator saying that too, but I felt like there's a couple times.
In the post fight press conference, I think he said he gave himself a 9 for that rating, something like that.
Oh God, really?
I don't remember. Something like that, or a B.
Stop.
I gotta go through the tape again, and I'll send that to y'all, by the way. But he was just like, I could have got him out of there, but yeah, like I don't think he cared. And then off camera, he was just like, what? What if I would have fought him and he would have hit me with a good shot, one dumb shot like Haney and Linares, they would have been questioning me then. Like,
we know it's boxing, bro. Like it's this woulda, coulda shit, bro. If you could have stopped him, you woulda, but you couldn't. You didn't believe. He didn't believe he could. I'm only could go by what you give us.
But now he's kind of like, well, I got to be more exciting, and I told his team that because I was speaking to his coach, Coach Lenny, his trainer, and I was saying that not for nothing, but he can't afford to have these type of fights anymore because. He's not going to get anybody to want to fight him after this. Like, let
alone cover him.
Like, he's talking about him and his team talking about, Tio. And I'm just like, I told them straight up, like, Bob's not going to let you fight Tio. That's not happening. Like, be realistic, like, especially after that performance. You think he's going to want him anywhere near you? Like,
but then you can't really sell it though. Like,
my thing is that he really needs like a bigger fight, like a better fight, like to from his performance. Like he can't fight like that every time. And it's not only like, I get it's a sweet science, and this is what I told his coach, and this is just me. He's got that sweet science style, and that's fine. One of the big issues with that is his contemporaries kind of also have that sweet science style. I'm talking about Shakur. I'm talking about Devin. Those guys have that style too. People aren't going to watch. People are going to be like, why would I watch Hitchens? If I want to watch Sweet Science, I'll just watch Haney or I'll just watch Shakur. Like
they do it better.
Yeah, you need to make yourself stand out. Like we can't all like. I'm fine with a top fighter being a Sweet Science fighter, but if you have too many Sweet Science fighters, it's like, what's the point? It's like the old saying, in a land where if every woman is a 10, then a dime means nothing. Like, come on. If everybody,
we just got a whole bunch of dimes, nigga. What the fuck?
No, that's the saying. But the point is, the more of it.
Hold on, is that a bad thing?
In many eyes, yes. It's
hold on, wait. So when have there ever been a bad situation when there's too many good looking women in one spot?
If they all look similar, then the value, you lose the value. You got to stand out. Some people have to stand out, and Hitch is going to be one of those guys that he's got to stand out. He can't be a Sweet Sciencer just like the other ones. Those ones are more popular than him, and they're not.
But this is the thing; they're doing what he does better. They're doing Sweet Science, and it's more exciting. They're getting knockouts. They're getting haymakers thrown. They're getting more action.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, all of them could exist. It's just if all of them was doing their style to the fullest, I don't think we would be complaining. Just like if you're in a room full of beautiful women and all of them was giving you some play or some numbers or whatever, you wouldn't be complaining. Like, that's how I'm trying to think. Like, how is that a bad thing? Like, the nigga just need to fucking be more exciting.
Well, because
he ain't even got to stand out to do that.
Because the Sweet Science style is a lot of. The reason I say that is because the Sweet Science style isn't a style that a lot of people like to begin with. So you're already fighting an uphill battle.
Nigga,
there.
You know how many people be fucking thinking Andre Ward is God? Like, motherfuckers pick and choose when they want to suck off the Sweet Science dick.
Well,
nigga.
Actually, that's not always true. There's a lot. As much as there were people that liked the Sweet Science, there were a lot of people that. And Ward wasn't even like super. Like, he was dirty. He was more like Bernard Hopkins. Like I wouldn't call Ward Sweet Science. Sorry.
Man, I don't know. The way these niggas be on the message board, man. Oh my God. Like, I don't know.
He was not.
You think this nigga was the epitome of skills?
No. Ward was not Sweet Science. He was a more refined Hopkins. He was less dirty.
All I know, I didn't want to see that shit.
That's what I'm saying. But you know what I'm saying? I like Hitchens. So I said that to his coach because I like Hitchens and I want to see him shine. But he can't keep having performances like that, dominant, boring performances like that in the eyes of the public if he wants big fights. Because they're not going to want to fight him.
Yeah, exactly. Because Eddie is now trying to find a marquee fighter because Montana Love is currently incognito.
Montana Love is not with them anymore, from what I've heard.
Oh, God damn!
And he flopped. And he lost his spark at his homecoming. You saw them put money into it. They had a little fake Michael Jackson going on.
From what I heard, he had to take the Hitchens fight, or he was going to get dropped, and it fell out. And so I heard he was dropped. That's just what I heard.
God damn! Like, niggas really getting dropped from not fighting Hitchens? Like, is that fight that important? Like, you can tell who they already put their wagon to.
It wasn't just the Hitchens. I had gotten kind of, from what I've heard, I kind of got the sense that they were kind of already getting a little tired of him to begin with. And this was just like, okay, take this fight. We don't want to hear anything else from you. Because, like I said, I don't know Montana Love, but made it sound like they didn't want to deal with him anymore.
Hey, he probably got a big head. because they did try to make him a marquee fighter, but he didn't he didn't pan out. It happens.
But that's one fucking fight. Like it's almost like an Elvis Rodriguez situation where it's like
when he lost the spark.
Yeah, and it's like y'all want to put money behind people with personalities, and then when y'all get personalities and shit, y'all drop them. Y'all don't believe in them. But then the niggas who with the damn these so-so performances, y'all keep them fighting forever. Just like
because you won. I mean, I'm just saying, love. They brought him to his hometown. It probably cost a decent amount of money. Cleveland, you know what I'm saying? And when he wins the Royal Rumble and shit, he don't even he gets dropped.
But he's looking too dominant.
You remember that fight where he got dropped by Spark? You know what I'm saying? And then he got beat up bad.
Yeah, he got dropped in the previous fight, but it wasn't no off the wall bad fight where he can't turn it around. I'm just saying, if you invested in America and you're trying to be behind the personalities who you think could blow, I don't know. It just. Especially all the damn chances they give fucking Josh Kelly and Joshua and all these other motherfuckers.
Kelly's not with Matchroom though. That's the thing.
I'm just saying in general, nigga. There's another motherfucker over there in Matchroom. They be giving the gazillion chances to and shit.
I don't know. I mean,
some people get a lot of chances. Warrington. Some people don't.
Yeah, but with Hitchens though, like I said, he's clearly an operator at 140. But yeah, his first Matchroom fight, he stopped dude. He needs to. He clearly has enough fight. He just has to go into second gear. Just look, I'm a classic dude. Let me try to get him away. The referee will be more than happy to end the fight if he puts an effort to stop him. Yeah,
because you making niggas work overtime, bro, and it's like, come on.
Yeah, for Zepeda, I hate. Zepeda did catch a beating because Zepeda was all fucked up. His face was. It's clear that Hitchens does hit hard enough because Zepeda was not. He was bleeding all over the place.
That jab was fucking him up. That's why it's just oh my god, you're beating him up like this. Just put him out of his misery.
I think his team was more exciting than Hitchens. One of the dudes in his entourage got thrown out, and one of the guys on the apron was talking on his cell phone during the fight.
Oh yeah, we keep seeing that. Yeah, they kept making a big deal. They were saying he was talking to Floyd or some shit
But dude was just being obnoxious. And they had to the sheriffs had to take him out because you're fuck him up, fuck that white boy up. And I'm like, well, Zepeda's not white, but it was just you're talking all that shit, and his father's right. Zepeda's father was right there, and he's just I don't give a fuck. And I'm just yo, I'm hearing this. I'm just what the fuck is wrong with this dude? He crazy.
I guess he had to bring the excitement to that fight. I don't know.
The entourage was more fucking Zepeda in the press. I forgot to say in the weigh-in, one of his entourage, I think it was his brother, somebody was throwing up gang signs. I'm what? Well, this is what we do. This is what we bring into this shit.
Damn.
It beats like that sometimes. Yes, this was a whole issue before. The entourage is just. It happens though. But yeah. It's funny though that one actually really got thrown out. Got scored out by
wow.
But Hitchens, like I say, it was boring because it went 12 rounds. It was pretty boring to watch, even though it was dominant. It just was not. It didn't make for good TV at all.
At all. It just kind of I feel if you're the main event, you should never have the worst fight on the card, and I feel like he did.
Facts.
Worst fight from an entertaining standpoint, yes.
Yeah, of course. What the fuck else, nigga?
No. I'm just making sure we're on the same page. That's all.
Yeah.
What other page could you be on? he didn't lose, so he had the worst fight.
No, because somebody in the comments, somebody listening might think, well, no, the Conor Ben was a worst fight. I'm just saying from a performance, from an entertainment standpoint.
I guess you could say Conor Ben had the worst fight if you want to be. But at least he tried to get him out of there. He just couldn't. Whereas Hitchens couldn't be bothered. It's just, he has that box factory work ethic. Just shit coming down the conveyor belt, and you just emptied it, put it in the box, tape it, just regular routine shit.
A very, very, very mass assembly line, like.
Yeah, and like that's not the type of performance you want to lead into with Canelo Charlo. You know what I mean? We supposed to be like, God damn, like you supposed to give us something, some energy, and you kind of didn't, but you got the win. It just you gotta like before I guess I'll leave it off with this. There's two ways his career could go. He could be that guy that's always going to have to take the less money fights to make fights. Mm-hmm. Or he could be the guy who he's never really going to shine unless he fights tough fights. So we're only going to care about him if he takes tough fights. Or you could be that guy who just looks good and just outboxes dudes and beat them up and stops them until that's his own brand. And then we're like, okay, how he look with this guy?
Mm-hmm. He might just be, a bigger Haney in the sense because Haney's not getting knockouts either. I'm just saying,
Yeah, but Haney's fights aren't boring though.
Haney at least tries though.
Haney tries. Haney puts hard punches together. Haney sits down on his shots. Like
I know, but I'm saying they're both the end results is 12. We're getting 12 rounds. Most times.
Yeah, but sometimes not sometimes. It's about the journey in life, yo. Do I want to see your 12 rounds or this nigga 12 rounds?
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
And Haney already got his belts and shit. He already got his accolades and his stature. So
yeah,
it's more on for Hitchens to damn.
He's already fighting the top guy at 140. And people want to say it's a dud.
Yeah.
Still fighting Reed. I know Reed just looked bad against Zorilla, but you could have a fall moment out. You never know. I'm just saying.
I mean, it's still a tough fight, still a good fight. Like, the worst thing about it is being pay-per-view, but other than that, it is what it is. We'll talk about it when it comes up.
Is it really pay-per-view for sure? Really? Is it confirmed? Because I heard rumors it might be.
Oh yeah, it's pay-per-view.
Yeah, it is. Oh, hold on. What was the poll on the Hitchens poll? We just talk.
I got it. I'm right here.
Yeah, mention that real quick.
Which one boxer at 140 do you give the best chance of beating Richards and Hitchens? We have Gary Antoine Russell, who has 68%, Kenneth Sims Jr., 20%, Brandon Lee with 12%, Elvis Rodriguez with 0%, and we have out of 25 votes, we got almost a week, about 6 days left. So hit our page on Twitter and vote.
I mean, to me, it's an easy question. It's an easy answer. It's the guy that beat him 3 times in the amateurs.
Gary, yeah, Gary for sure. I chose Gary. Sims is good too.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, I think it's an. I mean, I think it might be in. Yeah, I mean, I think Gary and Sims could beat him, but that's about it. I don't know about Brandon Lee.
I don't know.
I think the Brandon Lee would be an exciting fight.
I'm surprised Brandon Lee got 1 vote because
it wasn't. I know it wasn't UP.
Quick hands, power. It's something. I didn't vote for him. Shit, that was Gary. But
Elvis got 0. I mean, I know Elvis got boxed up before.
Yeah, the Elvis that's supposed to knock off Angry Fist Head and all these other dudes. Like, that's what I'm surprised. I thought he would have got some votes. Like, damn, and he improved.
Right.
But these are all good fights. Hopefully, we get one of them made. Shit, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, like I said, Hitchens is there. It's up to Eddie now to put his matchmaker hat on, and for Hitchens to realize, that yes, you can balance out your technical side by actually trying to stop somebody. So like it's just.
I think the perfect fight would be him versus Catterall. Maybe I know Catterall's fighting Linares, but that might be the perfect fight for both guys.
It's not.
What's the upside for Catterall taking that fight?
Because he still ain't got his shot since he got hold from Josh, and got robbed. So shit, what else he got? He's fighting Linares, he's fighting Linares, like you're fighting a wash. Like Linares is probably more washed than Zepeda, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but Linares does make for good fights, whereas like it's more or less it's like Linares has lost 3 in a row. He probably shouldn't be fighting him, but it's one of those things. It's like you gotta make yourself look good. Because
he might get a highlight reel out of it where Hitchens hit a damn 12-0 Linares.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't get hit or rocked by him like Haney did, but That shit gave us all something to talk about with Haney, though.
I think a good opponent for him next would be like Jack Catterall.
Scroll up, nigga.
Nigga, you just said that shit. What the fuck?
I'm still at work, so couldn't hear you.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
How the fuck y'all coming up with Jack Catterall though? Like that's just so odd.
Because they're both in Metro, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're both
Catterall's Metro.
Yeah, Catterall's. Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's why that's why Catterall Linares is actually an Eddie card. It's actually one of his rollouts for this.
And I think Hitchens was supposed to be last. That's why Metro. But he's gonna probably like Pat said, he's gonna probably re-up back with Eddie, I guess.
He's gonna re-up because why? Because Hitchens just said on his Twitter he got his biggest check for his easiest night. So yeah.
That's all niggas want over there on Metro.
It's Eddie's formula, when he had Tevin Farmer, Andre, and Haney. None of those niggas was getting knockouts, but they were winning. they were winning.
Yeah,
they were winning.
You'll get paid. We may or may not care about your fights, but you'll get paid, and you may or may not perform like to the best of your abilities, but you'll get paid.
And
I'm just amazed. I was actually in the house when Farmer actually scored a knockout. That was unexpected. I did not expect I'd ever see one live like that.
That's some real shit.
That's
if Tevin Farmer could get knockouts, I know fucking Hitchens could get knockouts. So
facts.
Stop some of these niggas. Like it's cool to be on the sweet science shit and box niggas up. Yeah. We get that. Skills pay the bills, but nigga, like knockouts pay the bills even more.
Right. Exactly.
Knockouts put a little extra on the bill, so the next bill don't be as high. That's what knockouts do. And
put some more zeros on your check and in your bank account too.
Yeah, get the social media accounts buzzing. No, you notice no one ever goes viral for outboxing someone.
Yeah.
They go viral for beating the shit out of somebody though.
I mean, even with Monster, all the gifs and stuff. Showed Monster. Besides the knockout, if Monster didn't knock out Fulton, do you think all those Top Rank would have made all those damn videos and shit that is saying like all these angles? I said, nah, he wouldn't. Because Monster was showing elite boxing skill, but the knockout was what made that shit hit. Yeah, you saw all that shit. And it's like, God damn, like this motherfucker's out boxing and everything like that. And then the knockout was just brutal. So it's like, okay, there we go. Bam, you got your highlight. You can't go without the other, unless you're pronounced Sweet Pea Whitaker. God rest his soul. Like if you're Sweet Pea, then yes, then that you're of that 1% that can actually get highlight videos off his time.
But these niggas' defense ain't exciting like that, where they're moving their head and they're just making you like, oh shit, like this is fun. Like they don't have that sauce, yo.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, cause you're right. You're actually supposed to make defense like certain fights. Your defense should be entertaining.
Right.
So, yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, fuck all that.
But I think we gave the matchroom card, enough bars. But again, shout out to P for being there and catching all the, getting all the content and doing this thing with the
and avoiding that fucking 14-foot gator. My goodness.
Yeah.
Shit, bro. Like, yeah. So RIP that lady. That's crazy. I think in Tampa area, fucking 13.85 inches alligator took this lady life. So yeah, it's real out here.
More than these gators. Sheesh. God damn.
I mean, if you from Florida, like we don't really stress no gators unless that bitch is over 10 feet. Once it's over 10 feet, it's like, hold on.
It's a fucking dinosaur.
Yeah, this shit is,
and barbecue it, nigga.
Because that's a big motherfucking gator. But yeah, so good thing King P maneuvered through all that shit, got the interviews, got pictures, all that shit. Nigga did it up. So we proud of him.
Parties, all that shit, bro.
Yeah, that too. Like he did his thing. That nigga lived a life. Like, yeah, pilot you next.
Yeah, we'll get Pilot out there, in Vegas, one of these fights. We'll definitely get him out there. But speaking of Vegas, and yes. I'm sure everyone wants to talk about, the biggest fight of this weekend. Obviously, as mentioned before, we got Jamel Charlo, now, the undisputed 154 champion, going up against the current undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, Saul Canelo Alvarez. And truthfully, this fight, and I said it before, everyone knows it's there. Everyone's like, yeah, this is gonna be the fight. But this fight it's not buzzing like I was expecting to feel like. It's really not buzzing like
because
that.
It's a good fight that nobody asked for. And that's the honest truth. Even as a Jamel Charlo fan and a fan of this fight, it's a good quality fight.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody asked for it. And like I've said before, Canelo has a history of that. Like, we really wanted the Benavidez fight right now.
It's not buzzing. I mean, obviously, like Ryan Garcia, Tank, and Bud.
These niggas ain't talking shit.
Yeah, they're talking shit. But I mean, usually like by 2 weeks, you kind of get the buzz. I mean, it's like you don't.
Niggas ain't talking shit, bro. Like, they're literally not really trying to sell this fight. Honestly, the undercard is selling this fight more than the main event, and that's super rare.
Yeah, and then of course right now we'll talk about it. Before we get into the main event, though. We'll definitely get the undercard definitely because there's 3 undercard fights, and every single I always stress the undercard fight should make some sense. Every one of these fucking undercard fights makes perfect sense. Starting with the opener. The opener, we got Elijah Garcia, who's coming off his spectacular knockout. Not knockout, excuse me. He went the distance against Kevin Salgado.
In a good fight, though.
In a good fucking fight.
But he kind of walked away with it toward the end against Salgado. So, yeah, good fight.
Sure did. And he's going to be facing Jose Armando Resendiz, who, of course, in his last fight out, pretty much virtually ended the career of one Jarrett Swift Hurd, by stopping him, because he opened up a really disgusting lip cut, damn,
that happened this year?
Yeah, it was back in March.
Motherfucker, yo, this year just been going by. I forgot Jarrett Hurd lost this year. Wow, all right, my bad. Keep going.
Yeah, Resendiz. Yeah, I mean, in fighters too, it was a back and forth fight until Hurd just, again, took, forgot about his defense and thought he could walk through people at 160, and Resendiz was just lighting him up way too fucking much, and then Resendiz, opened up a nasty cut on that dude's lip, gave him 2 lips. 2 lips, 2 upper lips, bro, and yeah, it was done, So yeah, no, this
nigga said 2 lips like the flower. Bars.
It was kind of a sad. Hurd stayed too long on 154. He's always kind of big for the weight. You know what I'm saying? 150.
He didn't stay too long. The nigga took too many punches. That's the problem.
That too. He's basically a margarita with bad.
I mean, both of y'all could be right. Damn.
But the thing though, Hurd though was always weighing well under 154, which I'm surprised at how he took 152, 153. How the fuck is he doing that?
But he would rehydrate and look like he was like 175 for sure. Fight night.
Just because he could do it don't mean it was healthy though. Like, you can only go to the well so many times, and it's like.
And it got to the point where now that he was punishment upon punishment upon punishment upon punishment, and then Resendiz fight was just like the icing on the cake. Like he was like he can't take that punishment anymore. Now he's like his career is about to just pretty much over. Yeah. So now you got these two. So you got these 2 exciting middleweight prospects. And trust me, when we say it's rare that I say exciting in middleweight. So, but you know what I'm saying? But these 2 are exciting fucking middleweights, man. So, LB, I'll let you know. What you think about this fight, bro?
With the we still talking about the first fight, Garcia.
Yeah, Garcia and Resendiz.
Oh, I think that's a good fight. That's a great opener. I think Garcia probably gonna get the KO, maybe like 6 or 7 rounds. Mm-hmm. But that's a good opener. I like Elijah Garcia. He has a good jab, power in both punches. He's not slow, doesn't have the quickest hands, but they're fast enough. Mm-hmm. He puts punches together well. He moves forward. He does move his head. He has some sauce with his style, which I like. Mm-hmm. Like, honestly, I think I made the comment last time. I think he fights the way we wanted Jarrett Hurd to fight.
Yeah.
Like, come forward, be like a real avalanche, but be a little more defensively responsible. Like,
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
You know, just because you come forward don't mean you have to get hit all the time. Like, no, you could come forward and slip some shots. You know, there's some grazes cold. You know, so that's a good fight. He'll be tested, but I don't know if he'll be dropped or anything. He might get rocked with a good shot or two, but good fight. I'm looking forward to the whole card, and this is one of those cards. I know Deontay Jones mentioned earlier about what food y'all getting for the fight, this, that. Whatever it is you get, make sure you got your shit early and you're able to see this fight from the get-go. So, yeah.
Exactly. But so your prediction is, you think Garcia will get him out of there in 6 or 7?
I'll say 7. Fuck it. I'll say 7.
Word. AOP, what about you? Well, he's probably working. Pilot, what about you?
Garcia in 7 rounds.
Garcia in 7 rounds. There you go. Right.
Copycat.
No, but the thing is, Resendez is a tough fighter, so it's not gonna be easy at all. So and I expect Elijah to have some really tough moments. This is deep waters for him. So
no, and that's true. I mean, this is a fight. Yeah, I mean, I don't even see a stoppage. Although I do see knockdowns because both of them have the power to knock each other down. You know, I mean,
but see, Garcia fights for knockouts though. Like he really put his punches together. He's heavy-handed. Like he really tries to see if he could knock you out. Like if he hurts you,
and so
he smell water. He smelled blood.
Resendez has a high work rate though. I mean, dude has a high work rate himself. Like dude let off. I think dude had a pretty high punch output against Hurd. You know, so it's like I mean, I can see that. Like I mean, Resendez can hang with the punching, but I do think that Garcia is better technically than Resendez, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, I do see not gonna possibly both of them going down this fight, but I do see Garcia probably winning by decision, probably a close decision at that.
Nah, we need a knockout for this opener, bro. Like a knockout gonna set this card right.
I hear you. I mean, for some reason, I see a decision in this fight. Like, I mean,
if it's a decision, we're gonna get like a fight of the year type of decision.
And I won't disagree with that.
Because I just don't see if it's not a fight of the year, it'll be a damn good decision fight. Like it's gonna be for this type of year, it'll be on the short list.
I will say still because I do remember Resendez because I remember back in 2021 he fought Marcos Hernandez and that shit was a hard scrap too. But he lost that one and he got knocked down. Hernandez only has 3 knockouts in his career, so like, he can be hurt. You know, but he's a motherfucker to keep down. You know, I still remember that. Like, so I mean, it's gonna be. I mean, honestly, if Garcia gets him out of there early or Resendez gets out of there early, like, I mean, I'd be surprised at an early knockout for either guy. You know, I mean, I do expect this to probably go some rounds, but it doesn't mean I can't see a knockout. But I don't think they'll get rid of each other like that early. But yeah, if this goes a distance, that means that you know they went to war, and it's not and that again, you know, it ain't nothing wrong with a war in the opener, son. Like,
hell no. Like niggas paying their money, niggas want their money's worth. Mm-hmm. You know, give us because you may have to fight twice as hard to make up for whatever performance Ugas delivers. So keep that in mind.
Oh, Pilot, what was your prediction for this fight before you go on to that fight?
I'll say Garcia in 6. I think he shares a lot of similar qualities to the guy we'll talk about in the Colombian a little bit later, Jesus Ramos. Both young, and they're good in all facets. Not great at one, but I think we'll figure it out. And be in a little war like he did with that guy Vidal when he kind of broke out in the scene. It'd be a little similar pace to that fight. But I'll get him out in I'll say 5 rounds actually.
Oh wow, everyone's calling for the knockout except me. But it's 8. I mean, sometimes it bees like that. Like, I mean, I don't really consider. I wouldn't consider an upset either if it was considered. It was just.
But I mean, like P said, I think he'll be in some moments where because remember he won that fight against Vidal, his mouth was all bloody and he was fucked up. Himself.
Yeah. Vidal was a heavy puncher too. So yeah, I mean he just mentioned against Vidal first and put him away early too. So that was the most impressive shit. Like he got him out of there like early. So I mean, and that was good shit too. So the opener itself, that's great fucking matchmaking. The next fight though is a fight. Like I said, it's decent matchmaking. I don't really care for both fighters in it, but I can see there's an upside for the winner and a clear downside for the loser. Of course, I'm talking about Rodanis Ugas and Mario Barrios. I mean,
I like this fight. I don't know why, but I like this fight.
Well, before I go into my little rant, Pilot, tell us why you like this fight and what do you think is going to go down in this fight, bro?
I'm just a big fan of welterweights. I know this isn't the cream of the crop of the welterweights, but it's an interim WBC title, and I don't know. I like Barrios always usually brings it, so I just think it's got potential to be. I mean, it's on most cards this would be a co-main or even a main event. So at least it's not even either one of these.
Right? No, absolutely. Thank goodness for that. Shit. But who are you picking though to win that one?
I'm picking Barrios to win. Actually, I'm picking Mario Barrios to win a decision. I think that he might be able to hurt Ugas, but I think Ugas has passed it. I've never been too high on Ugas like some people have. I mean, some people do. Obviously, we don't really don't think much of him. Really, I don't think, but. I think Barrios will outwork him and show his youth, and it might be a little hard, but I think he'll win like a 116, 112 sort of vibe.
Okay, that's not bad. No, P, what about you?
Oh, this has the potential to be an ugly fight, very, very ugly fight. I don't know how much Ugas has left, but I'm not the biggest Barrios fan, so. I just don't think he's that good. He's okay. He's decent for a decent level, but honestly, I've been thinking draw on this.
Really?
No funny shit. A draw.
You know what? Let me open up FanDuel. Let me see because we gotta see what these odds is looking like for that fight, bro. Let me just open up this FanDuel real quick, bro. Because it's like, because it ain't no boxing talk is complete without us talking about some odds on these fights, bro. You know how it goes. Like niggas gambling this shit.
He might be on to something, and the only reason I say that because when I look at both guys' careers, you may not want to. A loss hurts Ugas, and then you don't have him as an opponent for maybe like a Boots or somebody else later on. Mm-hmm. Barrios is on the upswing, and he could be a good B-side to somebody else with a name. I don't think they really want to damage anybody's rep unless somebody really gets their ass kicked. So if nobody's decisive, and niggas is really, if you got the Jessica McCaskill swing rounds, this shit could be a draw. King P is definitely on to something.
I can see
these two niggas scream draw.
And I'm just looking at the odds right now. So just the money line itself, Barrios is the underdog at plus 240, Ugas minus 340. For method of victory, Ugas points decision is minus 110. Ugas stopping him is plus 310. Draw 1,600. Barrio points decision is plus 400. And Barrios KO is plus 800. And honestly, that one might actually be the more interesting one to put on there. Because as Pilot said, Ugas is getting older. Like, Ugas is coming off a fractured orbital and shit like that. And Barrios is also bigger than Ugas. Barrios is 6 feet. Ugas is like 5'8", 5'9". Like, he's also... Because Barrios is... Because he's a big fucking... For at welterweight, he's big for that division. He probably would be long for that division. I mean, for myself, I can see this is Barrios's fight.
Barrios is an overachiever. I can see a knockout.
And I'm saying
by who?
By Barrios.
By Barrios, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, and that's the only reason why. Because like Ugas, I think both guys are a little bit overrated. I mean, you heard me talk about Barrios, I'm not a fan of Barrios. I've been on this case for years now. I think at least 3 years in counting. Or
since the Akbadov fight.
You're still mad about the Balter fight. Right? The Balter fight. Yeah.
He's mad about the Tank fight. Like mad about the Thurman fight.
The only one he can give him is the Kobe Carl, the Cowboy Carl.
Yeah.
Barrios to me is like he gets these fights that I don't want to see him in, or in the fights that I do want, he won't run it back. So Barrios is like, but I do think Barrios, this is his fight to win. Like he has a chance to really stamp himself in the welterweight division instead of being a jobber to the stars. Having Keith, use him as a punching bag for 12 rounds or some old bullshit like that. Like he can stop Ugas if he puts his mind to it. Because Ugas is getting older and he's not. And
he just got to start out fast and keep the momentum. Like I don't think he could allow Ugas into the fight.
Yeah.
If he jabs with him and make it like an inside fight where he's constantly pushing Ugas back, Ugas will give.
He will. And the thing with Ugas too, again, prior to the Pacquiao fight, no one was really talking about Ugas like that. Like we previewed this fight because we're boxing niggas, so we'll talk about it. But Ugas was pretty much, he was right. Like in terms of how he was mentioned, he was right where he was. And I was
that one dick riding ass nigga on Twitter that be defending him, but that was it.
Right. And then obviously when Spence, when they're talking, let's unify against Spence, and Ugas was supposed to fight. The likes of Stanionis and all of them, like, that was supposed to be at least the fights where they at least get him some welterweight respect rather than just going to just the unification, because he had, the WBA was trying to get rid of his other regular belts. And truthfully, I want him to do that shit because, I want him to prove that he deserved a fucking Spence fight. Like, and then, but unfortunately it wasn't to be, and he got the Spence fight. And although he had a moment or two, he eventually got broke down by Spence and stopped for the first time. And dude is like 36 at least in America he's 36. He might be a little bit older. You know what I'm saying?
The international waters might have met 37 or 38.
And he ain't fought in 15 months. 16 months.
So like I said, it's Barrios' fight to win. And Barrios has someone that he could feasibly stop. And I will say that Barrios will probably maybe stop him in about round 8. I'll do that.
Round 10 for me.
Yeah.
Barrios by knockout.
Yeah.
Look
it's a strong possibility.
Yeah, I could see a draw, or I could see a knockout for Barrios, or like a lopsided Barrios win. If Ugas wins, it would be like maybe a 115, 113. He would have to, I think, start out early pumping the jab, and somehow I think he would have discouraged Barrios early. Either hurt him or just discourage him, break his rhythm, whatever, to where, dude is tamed and he's not going to really go for it throughout the fight. I think that's the only way I can see Ugas winning. But other than that, I see Barrios just kind of stepping to him and outworking him, and it might be a good fight early, and then just leads to damn Barrios dominating.
And honestly, I think the knockout odds for these guys should be switched up, because why is Ugas winning by KO 310? That's the thing that shit is wild to me, because it's not Ugas is known for stopping any high level niggas at welterweight. Like, he's not.
Yeah.
I think the best person he stopped at welterweight was fucking Ray Robinson. Like, that's the only that's why. Did
he be figuring
sweet and low Ray Robinson.
Yeah. Well, I'll give Ray Robinson his respect, because Ray Robinson was a decent gatekeeper. Like, dude gave a lot of people hell.
Yeah.
But did he stop Figueroa, Omar, or no? Or was that a decision?
No, he dropped him, but no, that shit went the distance.
In a boring ass fight, when he could have really put his foot in Figueroa ass.
Yeah, that was not a good fight, to watch at all. But yeah, that's probably the best dude that he stopped out at 147, Ray Robinson. So it's just, or Bryant Perella, that's another.
Dude, you could give Ugas Robert Guerrero right now, and they go the distance.
Facts. No, that's pure facts. So it's it's definitely if Ugas wins, then they need to pull the plug on the Mario Barrios experiment. I don't want to see. Dude would have to be in the prelims now. Dude have to be open.
If you don't win, just he's done. Yeah, get off my TV.
If he doesn't win, it has to be like one of those hard, competitive 115, 113 type of fights.
Right.
Where it's like, okay, yeah, he's at the level. He just couldn't pull it through. Ugas is maybe a little better than we thought he was, or he has a little more in the tank left, something like that. But yeah, enough of this fight, man. Let's get to the heavyweights. I mean, the co-main. Yeah, we may as well call them the heavyweights. Fuck that, because these heavyweights don't, some of y'all don't really deserve to be called heavyweights.
Right, but the co-main though, the co-main is fire because.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Pat. I'm thinking this was Canelo, Charlo. I'm sorry, but my points still stand for them niggas, though.
Well,
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah, that's why you need to let me lead. When we go to this fight, because I'm literally watching the fight lineup, bro.
Pick me for this next. Pick me first for this next fight. Pick me.
Go, nigga, go.
Yeah. So we got in the co-main, we got one Erickson Lubin facing undefeated prospect Jesus Ramos. So P, what you think about this fight, bro?
I'm calling my shot right now. This is an upset alert. Upset alert. I am picking Lubin for this fight. And it's crazy to me. I mean, it's not crazy to me that he is the underdog. But the more that I think about this is going to be, he's in the opposite of what he was when he fought Charlo. He's the experienced fighter, and Ramos is in Lubin's position, the guy who hasn't really been tested like that, against a guy that I think is more skilled, has power, has experience. I think that Lubin's going to style on him. As long as he doesn't fight the stupid fight that he fought against Fundora, if he doesn't fight like that, which he shouldn't, he will win this fight. Shit, he might even drop Ramos. I know people are hyped because Ramos beat Joey Spencer, but it's fucking Joey Spencer. And Ramos is a good prospect.
Well, he did beat what's his name too.
We have seen him look bad against the Pinta, the Nina, the Santa Maria. Like,
he beat Casano. I mean, he did beat Casano like at 20 years old. So that's kind of why people.
Oh my goodness, that was.
And he has the Brian Mendoza win, which has aged well for him. Like,
that's his best win. I meant Mendoza more. I just think that Lubin's the more skilled fighter, and as long as his chin holds up, he will win this fight.
And
that's a lot of log is he and ifs and you know what I mean.
Well, I can't account for fighters acting stupid because fighters sometimes will fight stupid ass fucking fights, and I'm saying as long as he doesn't fight a stupid ass fucking fight like he fought against Fundora, he wins this fight.
Yeah, he fought dumb. Well, hold on, Pierre, picking decision or KO for
I'm picking decision with a knockdown.
So 115, 111 type shit. Or 112.
Yeah, one I say 116, 111.
I was gonna say, like, if it's a 12 fight and this nigga reaches 115, bro, we're gonna question that shit. This nigga.
Forgive me, man. I'm tired, yo.
But LB, what about you, bro? What you think about this fight and what's your prediction?
I think Ramos 11th round stoppage.
So you think Ramos is eventually is going to find Lubin's chin at some point? He's gonna find chin early, but he might find it again multiple times in the fight.
I feel like he's just going to carry him fast, and I don't think Lubin is going to be able to keep up with him for long unless he could hurt him or catch him coming in or run him into something. I think in order for Lubin to really kind of beat him, he's going to have to establish the jab, get like the early first step on him, use the lateral movement and shit. But Ramos is good at cutting off the ring.
Very much so.
And Lubin sometimes will square up and battle with you more than he should. And the times when he should fight you, he boxes more. So it's like, I don't know if he's going to like Ramos is one of those guys. I don't think you could just get away with just purely outboxing him. You're gonna have to bang a little. You're gonna have to hurt him a little bit, and I don't think Lubin could like manage him in the times when he's gonna have to hurt him and fight him and really kind of push him backwards. So when it gets to those moments, I think Ramos is gonna shine, and I think just carrying him fast. Lubin might even win some of the early rounds, but I just don't think like I just think the punishment from the Fundora fights, the Charlo fights, just all the hard accumulative fights he's had. I don't think he's ready for a guy like Ramos, who, if he wins this fight, he's literally maybe the second best in the division. Yeah. You know, when I say second best, that's meaning behind Zoo, you know, Charlo's the champion. So there is, you know, I can't say Charlo's the best. He's a champion. Like, he's the dude. Like, so it's all about who is in line for him. So, yeah, Ramos in 11, bro.
Word. Hey, Pilot, what about you?
I think I like Jesus in this fight. I feel like it's tough to really pick. I mean, you can't trust Lubin's chin. You know, when I got him back into boxing, it was Lubin versus Jamel, and you know, I was like, damn, it's gonna be a good fight. And he got slept in the first round. He's built himself back up. But, like, Ramos been my dude for a second. You know, I've been following him for a sec. I know he got the, you know, win over Mendoza styled on what's his fucking name? Joey Spencer, not saying much, but you know, he's got a decent resume for his age. And I think, you know, Lubin's very dynamic. Lubin's a very dynamic, athletic, probably maybe stronger. You know, he's in his physical prime, but I just can't trust his chin in a big fight. So until he can prove me wrong, I'm rolling with the guy that can punch. So Ramos in 10.
Yeah, and that's my whole thing. Like I said, Lubin, like I said, talented though. I mean, the Charlo thing, okay, that could be an aberration. You know, might have been too early and anything like that though. But that Fundora shit just made me like, you know, you just shake your head because dude got obliterated by fighting to Fundora's strengths, and it's just like, God damn it, Lubin. You know,
it's like you got all the tools.
He fought like an idiot in that fight. He fought stupid, like P said.
Yeah, he fought incredibly dumb, and you know, he got ate up in Fundora's wheelhouse and just got obliterated. You know, they had to stop the fight. You know, even though the judges had him up, but I don't see how because I thought Fundora was just putting his foot in his ass for multiple rounds in a row. You know, so it's just like, yeah. After that fight, I mean, yeah, he had the nice comeback win against, you know, Luis Arias and shit like that. But you know, Ramos is a puncher. He punches pretty hard, and you know, he's a southpaw at that too. So
yeah, Arias ain't seeing no motherfucking Ramos.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And I mean, and like, I mean, Lubin will probably win some of the early rounds, just maybe off activity and stuff like that. But I just feel like it'll just be a matter of time before Ramos clips him with something, and then Lubin will just be all out of sorts and you know and hucklebucking all over the fucking ring and shit like that. It's just like you know, and stuff like that. Yeah, I just think Ramos will probably just get him at some point, and I'm thinking it'll be like round probably like 9 or some shit like that. You know, so that's my actual prediction. I just think, you know, Ramos will get Lubin out of there in 9. And I mean, if Lubin does get stopped by Ramos, though, then it's gonna be hard to see him actually, you know, to see what he can actually do to rebuild his career. Because again, he'll have to start from the bottom again. Now, if Ramos loses, then hey, you know, he'll just have to rebuild, and he could probably rebuild. You know, yeah. And then at least Lubin will probably get one step closer to probably getting some sort of title shot. That is, if a title becomes free, you know, like that. But still, it's a quality co-main. It's quality. You can definitely like every one of those undercard fights is worth it. So yeah, get your food beforehand. Don't just tune in just to go watch the main event. Like, you know,
if you love boxing, you gotta watch the whole. You gotta watch even the undercard. I mean, you got the kid Cromwell Moulton on there. You got some guys, some dudes on the YouTube that's gonna be good. You know, if you
Frank Sanchez,
Frank Sanchez, and Terrell Gashaw is on there too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so yeah, don't sleep on that though. Don't just come in for the main event, which of course everyone is waiting for, And again, this is probably the last fight of the year that's like you can be like, oh, this is the only we can say that the winner, well, one winner can supplant Crawford as number one pound for pound to me, which would be Charlo. If Charlo wins, then yeah, you'd have to give it to him. Especially if he wins it in the way if he wins it in a very dominating way or knocks him out, God forbid. That's the fight. It comes with a caveat though. As soon as the first bell rings, though, Charlo's WBO belt goes bye-bye, and Tim Tszyu will be the full WBO 154 champion. Because that's the consequence of ducking Tim Tszyu as your WBO mandatory. So, Black has
bullshit.
Not ducking, but getting the biggest payday.
He's getting the biggest payday, but unfortunately,
it ain't ducking though.
Yeah, unfortunately, the WBO, you're supposed to go get you have to pay a step aside or whatever, or Tszyu has to accept it, and he didn't do either of us. So, yeah, that belt's going to go away. It is what it is. But like I said, Charlo has a chance to become undisputed at 168. So there's the consolation prize. And then Canelo, we all think, Canelo is sliding. You can see that he went 12 with John Ryder. He knocked him down, but it was just one of those fights where he was supposed to probably stop him. And then, of course, we all know about the Bivol fight in which, he got dominated pretty much, even though the scores, were a little bit of some bullshit because it wasn't no damn 115, 113 across the board.
It's a lot of bullshit. If all three had it like that.
115, 113, that might have been worse than some judge having Floyd win that, having Canelo winning against Floyd.
Yeah, and all three judges had the same fucking score, including Bivol having to win like the last 3 or 4 rounds in order to get that win.
That was like a 10-2 that made a 7-5 across the board. That's insane.
Yeah, that's some old bullshit. So
plot armor.
So Canelo, obviously, once the John Ryder fight was complete, Matchroom didn't have anything for him, so he's like, okay, let me go sign this 3-year deal with PBC, which now opens up a whole new lane of opponents. And now we got Jermell Charlo. Of course, this is not what people, again, as LB said in the beginning, most people wanted Benavidez, who made a very solid statement in beating up Caleb Plant the way he did, and just to put himself out there. And of course, you have Andre that's on there. You have other people at PBC that he could be fighting, but Jermell Charlo just happens to get the shot. And like I said, I'm not mad at it, but like I said, it's one of those fights where it's just like we want Benavidez. So
and that's where they messing up at, because if you're avoiding Benavidez and you're making this fight, promote the history of y'all being contenders and you chasing the Canelo fight to really make it kind of seem like, what? I know y'all wanted Benavidez, but look, y'all really wanted this fight for years. Why don't y'all want this? But it just seemed like there's no type of promotion behind it. Like, it's no type of excitement. Spence got beat up, so Charlo's trying to be humble, and it's just like you're not gonna care about this fight into the weigh-in.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I said, because they're not talking shit to each other. They're cordial to each other for the most part. It's just like, it's just even the two all access shits for this shit haven't even. They were decent, but they're not anything that'll get you like hyped for the fight. You know what I mean? So it's just like it's there, but yeah, it's gonna be one of those things. Like once the weigh-in is there, then everyone will be excited on. And just for the people wondering, it's $84.99 if you actually want to purchase it, but it's also in the movie theaters. If you want to spend $13 to $25 for it, it's in the movie theaters. And for the UK listeners, it's the Zone is actually offering it now. I don't know if I think they're offering it free of charge for them, which is some shit. But the Zone is in the UK is most likely getting the fight as part of their actual subscription. So lucky them.
always fucking Canada and them get the free NFL on the zone. We got to pay extra for that shit.
You don't understand.
It's weird how they do it, but I mean, obviously, if you have like a way around things, then you bypass all that other shit. You know what I mean? But in my case, I'm going to the movie theater because movie theater is I love the movie theater experience in boxing. It's actually it
is great. Just bring you a little flask. I'm just playing. No, but,
yeah. I
mean, yeah.
Better. No, but I mean, actually, a lot of these places sell alcohol now, so you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, the theater.
Yeah, but at 2023 inflation prices, you still bring your flash, nigga. Like no one's saying you can't cop nothing.
Yeah, like I mean, I have my own flask. I put it in one of my short pockets or whatever, man. So yeah,
but I mean, this is worth the card. We always complain about the card. This is a card worth the $85 if you can spare it. It's a good card.
Yeah, I just wish they felt like that because it feels like you're buying a hardcore pay-per-view when it really should be a marquee, big-ass super fight.
Also facts. Yeah,
that's true.
Like, damn.
Yeah, it should absolutely be that way. But like I said, it's one of those things that I mean, we just have to hope that that the action does produce in the ring in the main event. So, King P. So, what do you think? What do you think of this fight? What do you think is going to go down?
I like this fight. So, I know it wasn't the Charlo we were expecting, but it's a Charlo nonetheless. So I'm okay with any of the Charlos versus Canelo.
Mm-hmm.
This is tough, and as much as I'm kind of like rooting for Charlo, I think Canelo takes this one, unfortunately. But it's hard. It's hard going up 2 weight classes, jumping up 2 weight classes, and in your first fight, taking out Canelo. I know Canelo slipped. He's not the Canelo of prime, but I still think he has enough to take Charlo. And it's not like he's Jamal. Jamal actually has all the attributes that would give Canelo fits. Jamal doesn't really have those. He's not an active puncher like that, which favors Canelo. Mm-hmm. It's not like he doesn't have the jab like Maul. It's an okay jab, but it's not that type of jab. I think he'll win some rounds late because I think Canelo will kind of tire, as he always does. But I think Canelo will unfortunately have enough rounds in the bank to win it. So I'll probably say 116, 112.
Okay, well, 116, 112 for Canelo. LB, what about you?
Nah, I'll go last, nigga. Good other nigga.
Pilot, what about you?
I'm gonna be rooting for Charlo. I think this is his time. The difference between Jamal and Jamal might have more some of those physical attributes. Great jab when he's boxing. But Jamal wants it more. Jamal's always wanted it more, and it's kind of weird. This fight's not gonna have Jamal in the corner. You expect one of the brothers if they eventually, when they're calling out Cinnamon or GGG, both brothers will be there. So it's bittersweet, But with that said, I don't know how the power is going to translate. Charlo had his best performance after a year plus long layoff. Charlo definitely has his best performance of his career, but he still got hit in that fight. You know what I'm saying? He still got hit quite a bit in that fight.
He did.
And Canelo can hit harder than Casano. And I know Canelo's been on a downward slope since plant, you know what I mean? But Canelo still has fought at 175 and has been at 160. He's really a true middleweight, but he's still, because size-wise, Jamel's just about as big or bigger, But, I mean, in terms of being in that weight class, Canelo's been in it for a minute. So I think, knowing Charlo's going to give it his all. It's going to be a close fight. I'm hoping Charlo could pull it off, but I just think, this first fight of Canelo's deal, he's going to win a decision no matter what. It might be a little disputed, but I'll say Canelo win 115, 113 type of ordeal. I hope Charlo don't get iced. That's what I'm hoping for. I think he won't get iced, but he might get hurt.
Yeah, I mean, Jamel for the most part does have a pretty good fucking chin. Like, he's the one try that's only been down once, and that was like years ago. This was even before it became more of a boxer puncher when he was in his boxer stage, And like I said, and so I mean, Like other than that, he stood tough. He spaced enough tough. He stood enough that could punch his head off. So it's not like his chin. He doesn't have a serviceable chin. It's very serviceable. It might think. I mean, this nigga Pilot, yo.
Oh shit!
That nigga took that. It was real. Hit that shit real hard, nigga.
God damn, nigga.
Like, damn, my nigga. Like, damn. Like,
God damn, nigga. Like,
yeah,
wow.
They have niggas thinking he's a fiend or something.
Fiend much?
Yeah, I'm saying like mad audible shit. Like, you know, it's like he's like he got
damn.
He's hitting the bong, man. What the hell?
Still, like,
it's kind of clogged. Y'all never hit a bong in the clog? It's good now. My fault.
Yeah. Yeah, but the way you hit that shit,
yeah, nigga, that was on some other shit.
And that was like you hitting the pipe, nigga. Like,
yeah, like this nigga's like, I can't believe I picked against Charlo and I'm black. What the niggas gonna think? Oh, so what was your prediction, Pat?
I didn't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you talk about Pilot. Pilot said 115, 113 for Canelo, and then P said 116, 112 for Canelo. You know, I didn't get what I was about to say, but yeah, I'm thinking. I mean, Canelo is sliding to me. I do think the John Ryder fight. Yeah, it was cool that he did, but he should have stopped Ryder instead of like. I just think Ryder gave him a harder fight than I expected, even though he did win clearly. And I do think now someone with Mel's attributes, you know, bigger, more speed, decent pop on his punches, serviceable chin. I just think there's enough, and you know, and also can box too. Can also box. I mean, I know most people are like, you know, Maul's, you know, for the most part, Maul's been getting some of these not Maul, excuse me, Mel's been getting some of these cats out of there. But you know, he can also box too, and I think it's getting to the point where Canelo's just, and I know Canelo used injuries and shit like that, but he's not shaking off. Like, you know, dude has had too many hard fights. Like, it's like he's not shaking any of that shit off. And I just think now it's a perfect storm for Mel to actually, you know, to really, you know, to do work. I mean, I do think it'll probably be close. But then there'll be some separation. I do think that Mel will probably win a 116, 112. Even though the judges will probably give him like 115, 113 type of love. Or maybe even a fucking draw or some shit like that in there. Because for whatever reason, the Canelo cannot lose by one card has to either be close or all three scores have to be close. You know, but I do think Mel will take this 116, 112, and you know. It will be very decisive, and it will probably expose that Canelo's really, you know, is aging. Because if you ever seen the videos of him like doing work, like dude is tiring out and all types of shit like that. Dude's not like, you can see that shit, like, you know, dude is kind of stopping and shit like that. Dude is not, he's not physically there where he used to be anymore. So,
and he doesn't seem to care about like the sport anymore like that.
Yeah.
He's been a pro 20 years. I mean, you know, a lot of treading those tires, right? You know.
Yeah.
But no, you know what? It's because he know he gotta have hard fights now.
Yeah.
Like, so now he don't care. He's like that nigga.
He's like, you know, he's always golfing and he got his own alcohol and energy.
Now, because he's trying to look. Because
you saw that he got his own drinks now coming out, and alcohol, whiskey.
He can't focus, dude. He don't want to focus on boxing because he know it's gonna be hard now, nigga. Mm-hmm. It's like, look, dude. It's like going into the underwater level on Sonic, nigga. Like,
let's be real.
It's like, you know, you're gonna be like.
You know, Morel would run through Canelo. Be honest.
You pick Morel for over Canelo, right?
Morel and Benavidez both over Canelo. I mean,
exactly. And if Jamal still not there and he takes a Canelo fight, that's a hit or miss fight. Like, that'd probably be a hard fight, win or lose, for Canelo. Like, Andre, hard fight for. It's like there's better be hard fight. Canelo has no more strategic fight. Jermell Charlo is the last strategic cherry pick he has, And even that's a hard ass fucking cherry.
Right. And
for that reason, and him just using these as the fucking the Golovkin 3.0 emergency case, fight the niggas, crack the glass to fight the niggas, like, and he knows what's up, man. I feel like Charlo would crack his jaw good, knock him out 11th round.
Yeah. So pretty much we're split. The old niggas are taking Charlo, the young niggas are taking Canelo. So.
And I seen what Freddie Roach said. Like, I think he said this version of Canelo ain't good enough for Charlo. Like, won't be able. And I'm like, I'm glad somebody else seeing this shit. Like, a lot of niggas kind of afraid to step out there. Like, I'm not saying Canelo can't win, but Canelo will have to work for it. Like, this a hard. Look, Canelo's used to fighting faster guys, bigger guys who are slower than. I mean, Canelo's used to fighting slower guys that are bigger than him. Bivol was like the first guy in a minute that was bigger than him, but was faster.
Right.
And now you have Charlo as well, and who could hit too now. So, and it's not only the fact, like, Charlo has quick hands, he counter, he could punch with you, defensively aware. It's just a lot for Canelo to deal with. He's not used to dealing with quick-handed guys right now. And somebody who has size, strength, and can still be as fast as him or faster. I know Canelo and them are banking on just being the more denser, bigger guy. But nah, just Charlo's more disciplined than Canelo. So that's why he stayed at 154.
Right.
If Canelo was really disciplined or wasn't trying to cherry pick, he would have stayed in unified at 160.
Facts.
But you had Andre, you had too many tough fights around that weight. Right. So he went to no man's land of 168.
And now now PBC's 168 has caught up to.
Yeah. Now he gotta. It ain't no fucking. All right, let me do UK career mode 2.0. No, it's let me spin the block on these PBC niggas, and I don't know.
Right.
No. So I'm just saying, man. It's
nowhere to hide.
Yeah, like but he played it. He played it like this though. He could have really took these type of fights throughout his career, but he took good fights instead of the dangerous fights. And he never gave us the fights we wanted to see when we wanted to see it. The Golovkin rematch was about the closest thing to it. And he fucking cheated on that one and he had to do it 6 months later. So I mean, and all this is facts. There's no hate. Like, well, no, what you about to say?
I said, never mind the third fight.
Yeah, like 5 years later, like come the fuck on, and then you don't even dominate.
Yes,
like jeez.
Rock laid a couple times too. We saw that.
Sure did.
Yeah, so it's like y'all still believe in this Canelo? Like y'all still think he'll knock dudes out when he had to huff and puff and labor through fucking John Ryder? 2019 Canelo like destroys Ryder in like 5 rounds.
Right.
2020 Canelo does the same. It's like I don't know what happens. Like Canelo should still be able to destroy him.
Right.
And it's not like he boxed his head off on some damn Richardson Hitchens shit and he was like unscathed, untouched type shit. Nah, you was getting beat up sometimes. Niggas let the uppercuts on you all night. The end of the end of the rounds, toward the end of the fight, he's landing right hook combos and like, bro, like I just can't like Jermell Charlo, the wrong guy to gas with.
Yeah,
Canelo could really get beat up in this fight,
right? And it wouldn't, and it shouldn't shock anybody a bit Now the only thing is talking now. Like I said, if as I said before, if Jamel Charlo stops him, there's no question he's number one. Like he would be number one. Like,
if he wins a decision and he drops Canelo, still number one.
Right.
Because it's like he's gonna really beat up Canelo. Like the punch placement, he could up his work rate without deviating from his natural style.
Leading the power will hurt. You didn't. I mean, I know he's giving his own little.
Yes, look, them niggas is roughly the same size. Just one guy fooled you into thinking he was a small guy, and then he selectively went bigger. Like pause. Like it's always been a fucking damn matchup thing with dude. Right. Anybody who could box with Canelo and have the fast hands and defensively aware, and they're with him, the guys closer to his size, they give him all the trouble.
Facts.
And most of them are still bigger than him. Awesome. He just more dense, so he loads up and he punches hard. Like that's Canelo. Like, and the guy and Caleb Plant had all the tools to do it. Bivol did, but the ring IQ was lacking. He took too many body shots from Canelo, stood in front of him too much, didn't jab enough. He won some rounds still, but that was the last good version of Canelo. A Canelo who fought with urgency, was countering and was staying with his opponent. You haven't got that version of Canelo since then.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry.
Yeah, that Canelo is long gone. Like I said, I mean, Father Time comes for us all. Now, Canelo may have one good fight because that one good fight hasn't really happened for him yet, but like I said, you can't like he has high mileage for the shit that.
Hold on, do you think he could Derevyanchenko his way?
I mean, if
you get what I'm saying, for the y'all who don't know, Derevyanchenko means. Can you look bad from wear and tear for like a couple fights and then miraculously turn it around and look awesome?
The question is, it's possible for him. Like it is possible. Like I said, it could. Because like I said, I mean, the only thing and the reason why I say is because Jamel Charlo is coming up to 168, which is for him no man's land. So. Yeah, I mean it's very possible that could be a thing, but but like I said, and honestly, but like I said, because we talk this way, for Derevyanchenko and fucking Munguia, and then Derevyanchenko has his best performance since the Triple G fight, and damn near puts his foot in Munguia's ass, so something serious,
Yeah.
But so it is a possibility. I mean, let me just I haven't even checked the odds, like the latest odds on this shit so far. Let's see, dismiss. Okay, so right now Jamel Charlo is the underdog at plus 300.
Oh wow!
Yeah, Canelo at minus 430. The method of victory, we got the Canelo decision minus 120, Canelo KO plus 280, draw 1600. Jamel Charlo decision 480 plus 480, and Jamel KO plus 950. The 950 might actually be worth a play. I don't know.
Though these KOs is real like quality bets. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, like I mean, I know I'm gonna probably think about that. I mean, I might think about that tomorrow to put something on the.
They don't have the prop bets for the rounds yet, do they?
Hold on. For Canelo, let's see.
Yeah.
Total rounds and fights.
Because I'd definitely be a nigga who would look at those late round.
They do, yeah. What round would the fight end? So, all right. So round.
Give me 11. What I pick? Give me 11 real quick.
Plus 2,400.
Oh shit! Oh man, like I ain't gonna lie. Which one of y'all I'm at to send something to this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, this shit's crazy. I mean,
there is an opportunity to make money this weekend. I will say that.
It is. It's very much like round one is plus 5,000. That's the big in terms of for the what round fight in. That's the one of the best odds. Of course, the round one knockout would be crazy for either guy.
Yeah, I doubt that's happening, but I can see anything from round 9 on. Like, because I know Canelo is defensively sound, but he doesn't move his head and turn and roll with shots. And I feel like a guy like Charlo, Charlo, could really work and pepper the jab and really follow up on it with different, like, versatile shots, like the uppercut, the smash, the right hook, the left hook. So that's what I'm kind of banking on.
Yeah, round 9 is plus 1,700. Round 10 is plus 2,000. 24 is plus 2,400. And round 12 is plus 3,100. So, like, you know, that's, yeah, like I said, this is the weekend. If you want to really start making some interesting parlays, I know Pete's part already started. You know, you gotta, you know, you can, this will be this is definitely the fight weekend for it.
Yeah, we definitely got to see what's good with that. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, but yeah, like I said. So yeah, I mean, both we're split down the middle. Like I said, I mean, at the end, all we hope is a really good fight. And Deontay Jones, yeah, I hope Charlo doesn't barely beat Canelo, because if he does beat Canelo, I mean, I can't really give him number one. Like, yeah, I wouldn't be able to say he's number one pound for pound or whatever. I mean,
you mean barely beat, meaning like Haney Loma barely beat, could go either way, barely beat, or just a regular 115, 113 Jermaine Taylor Hopkins, I outworked you, beat you type of beat you.
Yeah, and considering that I already have Jermell Charlo pretty high already in the pound, like he's like top 5 to me, like, you know, right now. Like, I mean, he's been in there for a minute.
Because if he really kicks Canelo's ass 118, 110, no dropping or nothing, just straight up, like, god damn, like like you have the same reaction Mike Tyson had at the end of Oscar De La Hoya, Felix Sturm. Like, you say some shit like, that's the most I ever seen Oscar De La get hit. Like I don't know. I think that's still pound for pound number one type shit to me too. So I don't know. Yeah,
no, it is. Like, it has to be like, because Canelo has not lost by wide decisions. Like, not even with Floyd. Like, Floyd had a 117, 111, I think a 116, 112, and that stupid ass 114, 114 shit, which was not that.
Yeah, but we going on the beat up scale, so that's what we trying to.
Yeah,
because Charlo got all the tools to really like beat up Canelo.
And on top of that, beating Canelo will probably stamp his ticket to the Hall of Fame. Like, dude would be Hall of Famer. Like I mean,
yeah, he's already Hall of Famer, but this is that, like, oh, like, you go first ballot, you know, red carpet Hall of Fame.
Well, it's between that or you're like Julian Jackson waiting for years to get in, you know, to the Hall of Fame. Like, you know, that because it's.
But I think since he was undisputed, like.
He's already, he's, you know, in the Hall of Very Good. He's already in for sure. You know what I'm saying? If you're undisputed, I mean, he ain't got some work to do still. But I'm saying, like, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, because Jermell Charlo has put in work at 154.
Like, you know, when it comes to 154,
Charlo's definitely fucking Hall of Fame. What the fuck?
I'm saying when it comes to, he's got to be top 3, top 5 all time at 154. I mean, Winky Wright, him, who else at 154? Yeah,
Terry Norris,
yeah, Julian Jackson.
Jermell Charlo definitely has to be top 5 or top 3 at 154.
Yeah,
like,
so he's Hall of Famer off that.
But then when you factor in the undisputed part, people might rank him higher.
Right. He'd be the greatest. I mean, I know he didn't beat everybody. I'm just saying he beat everybody he had to. You know.
Yeah. Because Jermell Charlo, because he spanned a couple of eras at 154. Like, you know, dude is putting in incredible work at 154. So like,
he fought he kind of did like Winky did. Like, he kind of stayed around for a couple eras at 154. Yeah. But the thing is, like, Winky was getting his ass whooped in some of them eras.
Yeah.
Like, Charlo never really got whooped in them eras. He was always competitive at the top, doing his thing.
I mean, he was one of the biggest reasons why 154 had its resurgence after Floyd gave up his belts and shit like that and retired. Like, you know, he was. I mean, dude put in incredible work at 154. So, like,
and then Cotto went to 160. So it's like Mel kind of really made that his division,
right? and so it's just like just that a Canelo win and become an undisputed 168. It's damn okay. That like bam, like that he now he's Hall of Fame bound for sure. Trending, talking about an all time great, all that stuff, and that's what you get literally with a Canelo victory. Now if he loses, obviously he has 3 of the 154 belts, and he's gonna have to start finding some Mandos. The WBO belt, of course, is gone unless he actually decides to run it back with Tim Tszyu, or run that, but that remains to be seen. But it should be like I said, it should be a good. I think it starts at 8:00 again tonight. Deontay, I'm not watching it at the crib. I'm actually because it's in the movie theaters. So me and someone we're going to the movie theaters to watch because the tickets were like $25. So yeah,
nah, I watch it at the crib. I got the 65-inch nigga, so it's we cribbing it.
I'll probably order wings as usual, wings and fries. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, that's like Plant Benavidez food. Like you got nigga it up some. Like
I mean, mine's is I'm having like Colombian food or some shit like that way beforehand because I don't want to like fall asleep during the fight. So it's earlier in the it's a little earlier.
Damn, this nigga baby stomach ass nigga.
Nah, nigga, I said I don't want to fall asleep, nigga. I'm not saying I'm gonna shit my pants, nigga.
Fall asleep.
Nah, just fall asleep. Like what the fuck? Is Jamel Charlo Canelo not Hitchens Corey Spinks, nigga?
I'm in my 40s, man. If I eat good, nigga, I fall asleep, nigga. The fuck, nigga?
You hoe? Like really?
Nigga, yeah, nigga, that's a whole day. The Saturdays, I mean, I got a whole bunch of plans, nigga, Saturday, but a plan.
Yeah, here go Pat getting fancy. Mm-hmm.
Nigga ain't nothing.
Eat his Colombian. Ain't nan Colombian nigga on the card, but he gonna eat his Colombian food. Damn, nigga, like you couldn't eat some wings or tacos, nigga.
Nigga, the fuck, nigga. I don't always have to have some, some regular shit, nigga. And plus, I'm going to the movie theater, so I know I'm gonna have nachos and fucking. And what I usually get there, like they have like
Arizona iced tea, nigga.
They have churros and shit like that. Like nigga, like they have pizza, hot dogs, nigga. I know I'm gonna eat some more at that fucking theater.
Beef kosher hot dogs, I hope.
Give some popcorn, probably. You know what I mean?
Yeah, popcorn, of course. And the
popcorn, get the fuck out of here. In a boxing fight, y'all niggas that eat popcorn.
If you're at a theater.
Yeah, I'm watching it in the theater, nigga. I want popcorn at home, nigga. Nah, I get some real ass food, nigga. But if I'm at the movie theater, where I am, nigga, that's what I'm gonna do, nigga. Like if I'm gonna eat popcorn, I'm gonna eat popcorn. But popcorn smells delicious, nigga. Of course, I won't be able to resist.
This hoe, like he can't resist sleep, he can't resist popcorn.
Nigga, well, you can't resist sleep. The fuck is you talking about, my nigga?
Nah, nigga, when you a child of the night, you can resist sleep, man. What are you talking about, nigga? He said, hey, me and Pilot gonna be baked, so I'm not trying to get too tired for the scrap. Like, nigga.
I mean, it takes a lot for Pilot to be baked.
What time's the fight start your time? Like 9:00, the main event? Like
I think it's
main event probably gonna be like 11:45.
Damn.
Or maybe midnight. Like but if the card starts at 8 and we get the knockouts that we're thinking we're gonna get, I think 11:30 card gonna start, like the main event.
Right now,
but they'll still mix, they'll still milk it, you know what I mean? So probably
but I don't see it starting after 12. Like 12 would be like the absolute latest.
Green Walks will start probably 8:40ish my time, so like probably quarter to midnight.
Yeah. So the main card starts at 8 p.m. So yeah, that's so PBC usually doesn't fuck around with the main events being late like that.
Not late. I mean, like,
well, it's not like fucking Showtime, nigga. Showtime.
Unless we're getting all decisions, 10, 12, 12. You know what I'm saying? Unless like it's a long ass one.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, do y'all see it starting at 12:30, 1 o'clock? I don't.
Nah, hell no. If it did,
it'll be on their way by 12. Like they'll do the national anthem. I think by 11:45, 11:50ish. Should it be underway? Like, but we'll see. Like, PBC kind of runs a cleaner, streamlined card more so than anybody else.
Well, I'm just hoping it's like it's like Benavidez and Plant where everything was just flowing, everything was just hitting all cylinders. So it's like
this is card would be definitely card of the year on paper. I mean, it's the best. It's one of the old school stat cards. You don't get like a 4-fight card like this, you know.
Well,
we did earlier this year though.
So the Benavidez one was good, I guess, but it wasn't.
Yeah, the Benavidez was great.
That's exactly, nigga.
It wasn't good. This
one was great. You know,
I think this one's a little. Well, nah, this one got Ugas.
Yeah, unless Ugas has his one fight of the year candidate after fight of the year every 5 years type of shit. You know, I mean, Ugas has.
But we gotta truly score it like afterwards, though. Because remember, like Plant Benavidez' a fight was good, but it wasn't like the fight of the year type of bout we was hoping for.
I didn't think. I mean, I thought Benavidez would be. I mean, because I don't think highly of Plant, so I thought Benavidez would just.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the ass whooping would be more spectacular.
It was, but this I mean, because fucking Kenny Bayless fucking stopped at the time where Plant was getting ready to be taken up out of there. Fucking
yeah, I mean, it wasn't spectacular though. Like
it was spectacular to me, nigga. Fuck Plant, nigga. It was
because you don't like Plant, but I mean, it wasn't like I mean, well, Pilot, was it spectacular to you?
Which one? Plant
Benavidez. Do you think Benavidez' performance was spectacular against Plant?
No, he should have got him out of there. No, he shouldn't have got him. I mean, Colbert Herrera was on there. I forgot what else was on there, but that was a good fight. That was memorable.
The robbery that Colbert, I think Crowley was on there, wasn't he?
Yeah, Crowley and Ramos was the opener. That was the fight. That was the
that was a good ass fucking fight.
That was a good opener.
I said that was a hard fight too. And then they got Joey Spencer and Jesus Ramos. Which was an ass whooping and a half.
Yeah, that was a good call, motherfucker. We'll get back to this conversation next week when the card play out and we get to see it and say like, okay, because imagine if that main event was better.
Yeah, though. So
salute Henny God. Hey, what it do? I know it's late as fuck, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna get ready to wrap because I gotta get up in the morning to go lift. You know what I'm saying? I got legs in the morning to do. So yeah, no. Any of y'all have some final thoughts? LB, you got any final thoughts, bro?
Oh nah, I know boxing is growing, is bigger now. It's getting there. Was that like the LA Fitness boxing today training? And a random, I think he was like 18, 19. He asked me because the dude I was training, he asked him like, hey, you think your guy could take David Benavidez? And I'm like, what the fuck? Nigga, that was the most random damn.
Right.
So I was like, you watch boxing? You fuck with boxing? He's like, yeah. Like, I'm like, yeah, you have to because Benavidez ain't one of those names you just kind of throw out there. You don't watch boxing. Like
I'm saying, like you're right. That's right.
Yeah, and then to be like, I think your guy can take him. I'm like, hey, nigga, like, hey, no, chill. Don't get us jumped out here. Well, oh man, I don't know. That was cool, but yeah, boxing's getting bigger. That's what I like to see, the growth of the sport. I wish this fight card had more buzz to it, but we didn't talk about the pay-per-view potential sales, but I feel like this might be another 500, 600K.
It should be, yeah. And I mean, unfortunately for the Charlos don't have a really good history. Like their loan, like Jamel Charlo's loan. I mean, he headlined their loan.
I like the concept. I like the concept, but it was like during COVID, right? So it's kind of
no. Was it during COVID? Yeah, it was 2020.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, because
COVID started basically. Yeah.
But that's what they needed, the promotion, man. Like running your mouth got you to this position along with knocking niggas out. Keep doing that shit. Don't let the spent shit really. Like, and I know Derrick James been playing the background and shit, and Guzman seemed like he's in the forefront, but
the Charlo should have been bigger. Pause. I mean, I'm like,
like
because when I got into boxing, they're a couple of twin brothers champions. Like when I first got heavy back into it, but they kind of never really hit that. Because remember the first time they were on, when Fox started, they were the ones that were on there when Charlo lost. It was underwhelming. It was underwhelming when they got to Fox that first night. The opener and then fucking
one of them got robbed. The other one
Coraball beat him. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of that just kind of ruined their. It just they plateaued. You know, a certain.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm still amazed that the fucking Charlo pay-per-view was only 100,000. Like seriously, that shit had some real heat on it. That shit was.
It was a good card.
Hardcore shit. It did it. Remember, didn't you have a Tank pay-per-view around that time too?
In 2020, I thought was there a Tank pay-per-view?
What a LLC? LSC, nigga, shit.
That might have been right before Leo Santa Cruz. That might have been right after, like the one right after Leo Santa Cruz. Yeah, that might have been. Because that was before.
LC had a crowd. I don't remember any people.
Yeah, LC had a crowd. I think that was right before. That was right before COVID happened. I feel like LSC Tank. That had to be.
Yeah, let me go check that.
LSC was before COVID.
Had to be right.
Probably, right. The LSC fight was. It was in COVID 2020. Huh? Go figure. I thought that was like 2021 for some reason.
And when was the male pay-per-view? Was that 2022?
Yeah, it should.
As in TOO, not like.
Yeah,
it was a double header, right? That one.
Yeah, it was a double header. It was a month before. It was in September 2020.
Yeah, niggas was like, well, we got that Tank joint coming up, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
it's a factor. It could.
That probably was a factor. I'm not. Yeah, you right. No, it probably was a factor.
We got good memories over here. I hated to make you have to go and research your shit, but I was like, I could have sworn it was around the same time.
Yeah, I didn't think the Tank review was probably. I didn't think the Tank review was like. I thought it was in 2021 for some reason, but I guess hey.
No, because 2020. I remember that was one of the bigger fights. Because remember, after what was it? The fucking God, my nigga. I'm sorry. Shit. After the Dylan White Povetkin and I think Katie Taylor Pursoon rematch.
Yeah, Pursoon. Yeah.
Yeah. After that card. It was PBC was the only thing we was really looking forward to,
right?
So that's why I kind of remember it. So yeah, like, because remember it was like, damn, like Matchroom Top Rank got the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Top Rank held out the summer, but Matchroom kind of had the shit we look forward to at the end, and then PBC kind of came through, and we're like, yay, they got all these dope cards. But yeah, man. I just hope for a good fight this Saturday. Good card, no fuckery, no plot armor bullshit. Good work by my nigga King P with everything. With this past weekend, we gonna have more content on the way. Animation in the works. We getting that started. Because Prolific did send me some shit that So we gonna really kill that. I'm gonna be starting the script soon. We're gonna feature everybody, man. Pilot gonna be back, King P, Pat, everybody's gonna be on this bitch. It's gonna be beautiful, lovely, funny as fuck. Whatever toppings you want on your pizza, that's what it's about. So we gonna kill that shit. So we gonna have ribs, broccoli, everything, nigga. Gravy.
Word.
But yeah, that's all I got to say, man. I love this shit. I know we kind of late, but I'm trying to wrap this up. So sorry about that. Salute everyone. I appreciate everybody tuning in with us.
No doubt. Ayo, Pilot, your final thoughts? Niggas, this nigga is nighttime Pilot. This nigga.
yeah. Night Rider, you know what I'm saying? Pause, yeah. But ringgainradio.com, every platform imaginable. Basically what Shutter said, more content on the way. Shouts out to King P for holding it down, being the Prince of Orlando for the weekend, you know what I mean? Have prayers up to Crazy Bone. Crazy Bone's like my, both are probably my favorite group. So hopefully, he's in the hospital. Hopefully he's good because he's a legend and we sculpted my childhood a lot. So, check us out. Hopefully we get a good week of boxing, but that's all I got.
Yeah, I mean, I hear that. I hear because he has the same disease that eventually killed Bernie Mac, that lung disease. So I think that was like a complication of that, from what I understand. So yeah, definitely prayers to Crazy Bone on that one, man. Salute to him. And AOP, son, I know you came back. You have any final thoughts?
Yeah, shout out to Orlando. Shout out to Matchroom. Good card. Glad I got all the content. You know, shout out to all the fighters. You know what I'm saying? Ammo definitely showed me a lot of love. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sonny. Sonny had me with his people in the club. You know what I'm saying? Out to eat. You know what I'm saying? Stand up guy. I misjudged him. I used to think he was one of those on that yo shit, but nah.
I mean, he does have black women though, so I mean,
nah, he does because he's talking about women, and he likes women that I like. So you know what I'm saying? So he cool. He cool. Shout out to Sonny. I fucks with you. I'm definitely gonna go to that fight when he fights Bam. So I got to reciprocate the love. So you know what it is though. So let's hope for a good pay-per-view. Hopefully we can all make some money because there are plenty of opportunities to make some money. So
and P, you and I know we talk about story, but I guess you're going to Philly to watch the fight.
Yes, I am going to Philly. Shout out to my man Hitman. He gonna come scoop me up, and we going to see with my man Ty. Keep it 100 boxing. We all gonna watch it together. So
word. So though, like I said though, boxing media, like I said, because even when we go to these fights, man, we always, like it's always there. We're always meeting new other media people and whatnot, bro. Like, yeah, it's what we do, man. We're down to work with anybody, or just on some politic. That's what it is, man. So yeah, salute to that. Man, again, shout out to the crew again, shout out to King P again for the content and whatnot. And yeah, I might, like I said, might also head over to Arizona too in December. So I've already started looking at accommodations and flights. Because especially for my home airport, it's a thing. So, shout out to Matchroom for again approving his King P's credential, and yeah, hopefully get Pilot out there for a fight, and hopefully we'll get Florida will get a fight that's within this nigga LB's neighborhood, so it's all good or whatever, because Florida gets a lot of fights, but it's the
we get a lot of toaster leave-ins and hit or miss fuckery. I mean niggas ain't trying to be all up in Orlando.
Yeah, I mean the Jake Paul fight is in Florida too, of all places. So it's like
the same fucking spot. Nigga. So I gotta get I gotta drive 4 hours, get a hotel for the whole week to do all the events and shit. Like nigga, better put that motherfucker down here in goddamn Sunrise, the Fort Lauderdale, Broward, Pompano, some shit. Like damn.
Yeah, I mean
that's all.
The last one, of course, was supposed to be Broner's last. We were supposed to be Broner's parents, but of course, Broner decided to get off the card, and the card lost more the luster, although it was still dope as fuck.
At least that was still down the street, but damn, Miami, and then I don't know if these niggas gonna be fishing for Facebook opponents, if niggas gonna pull out, like you can't really trust it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
but it is what it is, though. I'm glad King P enjoyed Orlando, Florida, because it's home of the dreams.
This is the way you said that shit, nigga. Nigga looked like he was looking at a star in the sky and shit, nigga.
I mean, come on, nigga. What I'm supposed to do? Like, look at the ground and like be pissed? Like, nah, nigga. Like.
And then, Deontay Jones, Pat, you come to Arizona, we link you. I mean, yeah, like I said though, I'm not a hard person to find, bro. You see a big 6'3" dude, and hopefully Arizona doesn't have food that that kind of makes me that someone will put roots on me.
Hold on, what the fuck fight is in Arizona?
Nigga, the Sonny Edwards card, the fuck nigga.
I mean, I'm just saying, like niggas fight in Arizona, like damn, like all right, my bad.
Yeah, like we were just talking about that shit. Yeah, the Desert Diamond Arena or whatever the fuck.
Oh yeah, the chat with the food. Okay, my bad. Yeah. Yo, Deontay Jones, if you out there, then you got to link with these niggas, but you gotta let them know what's the food like.
Yeah, keep in mind, as long as it's not pork, I'm down, bro. Like so
Nah, my nigga King P fuck with pork. Like if it's a good rib spot, yeah, like we gonna need the pork facts out there. So yeah, fuck all this shit this nigga's saying.
Yeah, what I mean, because you have to forgive my nigga LB, because this nigga his mind is still trapped. brother. You know,
spell out the onion rings in the letters Dallas or some shit for this nigga. I don't know.
You know, this nigga. But yeah, like yeah, this has been a good casting. Yeah, like I said, man, we're everywhere, yo. Google us, man, especially our webpage and our YouTube, man. Listen, like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends about us, and we can all be friends because we do this shit for y'all. And if you're feeling generous, you see that banner there. We got a PayPal, So yeah, to that PayPal, just hit that up if you want to, support us on something or whatever. Or if you have any ideas, hit our email. Let us know, bro. Because like I said, we do this shit for y'all. So yeah, for myself, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative. For LB Shuttleworth, the God, the GOAT artist, for King P, Bodega P, and for Conscious Pilot, this has been a wonderful episode of Real Talk, where, as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time, peace.
Ring gang in the house.